connects easier. Are we going live?
All right. Welcome back for another episode of the Dark Figures Podcast. I'm your co-host, Ryan. This is my co-host, Robert. Say hello, Robert.
Hi, Robert.
We are back here for another episode. We want to give a shout out to everybody who has followed, liked, subscribed on our channels. Thank you guys so much for constantly coming back and being a part of this community and helping this channel grow. And if you haven't yet, please hit that follow, hit that subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that way you can hear when we get new stuff out. But otherwise, thank you guys so much. Now let's get to our guest. We have Mr. Chuck Reyome on the channel. What's up, Chuck?
How you doing, man?
Oh, man, we're back.
Chucky Choozle.
We've been talking about getting you on here for a minute now, buddy.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it costs a lot of money.
That's right. I know. We're broke
To get
now.
you, yeah. Yeah.
So,
I brought the donuts.
yeah. Got to bring the donuts.
Hey,
I don't like fucking donuts.
Well, it's great to have you on here because you've kind of hit, I guess what you say, a milestone in your life. Because, I mean, you just recently posted on Facebook or social media talking about after 12 years of playing music again, right? Coming back to play music. Now you're saying goodbye to the music and saying goodbye to Reyome Productions. So, I mean, it's sad to hear, man, because, you know,
He's not saying goodbye.
Yeah, well, for now. But at the same time, I mean, you're stepping away. You're going to do your own thing. What was the reasoning for that, man?
well, the first thing is Reyome.
Reyome.
I knew it was wrong.
Every guest we have, dude. It's every guest we have. There's some. It's either the first or last name.
Yeah, but
I
at least
fuck
you
up.
didn't call him a totally different person.
Wow, it could be worse.
We
Huh?
got George
that was
from
me.
Scandinavia over here. Yeah.
I did that with Ty. Sorry, Ty.
Well, so it was 12 years going pretty heavy and hard again. You know, and so it's just time to just kind of give it a little rest.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Take some break. Take some time away.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you've been going hard for the last 12
I have,
years.
you know, and it's as you guys know, it's grueling to rehearse, play shows, push shows, host shows, the whole thing.
Dealing with band members.
Yeah, dealing with band members. Yeah, good
Yep,
and bad.
that's great,
that's all
especially
good.
this one.
All mine are good.
yeah.
What can I say? You know, they're the best. From the Ruins band members, they're easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's cool because I met you back when you were
Wait.
with...
Did you get that?
Yeah. Oh,
Save
yeah.
that.
Oh,
Save
God.
that.
Here we go.
We'll put that on repeat.
Yeah.
We're filming it now.
But I met you back when you were with Up Against It. And,
Yeah.
That's where I first
Man, that
met
was, what, I want to say 2013, 2014, somewhere in that ballpark.
12 actually. I started.
Was
with
it?
them. Yeah.
So that's when you started with him,
Yeah,
2012.
yeah, huh?
And it was Oscar. Who else? So it was
Well, it
you.
wasn't Oscar. It was Ryan Freeman. at
Ryan
first.
Freeman,
Ryan
yeah.
Freeman.
Yeah.
And
So-
then who else was in there?
So Ryan, and then you had
Steve Freeman.
Steve.
The brothers. Freeman.
Yep.
The brothers Freeman.
Yeah. Damn it, I can never remember.
Randy Granada.
Randy Granada,
AKA Bone Screw.
Yep, that's
Vocalist.
right.
Oh,
That's right.
Yeah.
Randy, I always was like, that guy. You can pick him out of a
And
lineup any day.
Johnny Hodges, J5
Yeah,
on guitar. Yeah.
yeah.
So it's funny because we did multiple shows together.
Oh, absolutely.
And the biggest one was probably at the Queen Mary.
Yeah, the Rock the Boat Music Festival.
Yeah.
It was funny because like when we got the invite when I was with Seductive Rage, I was like, what? Yeah, of course we're gonna do that. Like, let's get out of this town. Let's play an out of town show. And then when we heard you guys were going, I was like, oh, sweet, we know people.
Yeah.
And so it was really cool to meet up with you guys and be able to share that experience. And I mean, we had our experience.
Yeah.
I was like, were you
I
guys
don't
on
wanna-
the same level? Because
it
I know that
wasn't-
was like tiered. It was like
Yeah.
There was like
There was like
three
4 or
levels.
5 levels.
Yeah.
I know, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And they had one elevator. Just
Really, it was probably the tiniest
it
fucking
was tiny as
elevator.
hell. It was like, all right, drummer's going, bye.
Right, yeah.
Before everybody else,
And
is
he's like
standing there with
jumping on
everybody
his
else.
gear trying to get in there.
Pretty much.
Multiple bands playing all at the
Yeah.
same time and all different
at the same
levels.
time.
Oh yeah.
So we got done with our set and we're cruising around. We happened to stumble right on their set.
Yeah.
Yep,
So we
yep.
got their set. It's like,
Nice.
okay. Right around the corner, then we see Cultural Warfare's.
Yep,
Their
yep.
set.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like, all right, cool, man.
Hell yeah.
And then somebody jumped into the ocean off the Queen Mary.
Yep,
so they
yep.
thought somebody was
Had to go rescue
fell
him.
overboard.
Are you
Yeah.
serious?
So they
Yeah.
shut it all down for half hours.
Yeah,
No way.
somebody was trying to get around the crowds or something like that. They
they
wouldn't
fell
wait
off.
in line, and so they fell off the lip right before you got onto the
They
bridge to
fell or
walk
did they
in?
jump? I was like, I ain't waiting. in
I
this
don't
line.
know. I don't know. They may have
Some
jumped,
girl.
but
First of all, I wouldn't have jumped in that water if you paid me.
Yeah.
The amount of shit that I've
Especially
seen
not there.
floating around
Not
in
in
there.
Venice.
Long
Dude,
Beach.
I've seen, Long Beach. I've
Yeah.
seen like
gross.
full-on diapers. Like,
Oh,
I think
yeah.
it was still oozing
In
at
that
the time.
bay,
Yeah. And like half, like drinking milk cartons and
yeah.
like syringes.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. Oh yeah. You name it, it was in there.
Oh, yeah. I'm
But-
like, dude.
And it was an experience.
It was.
You
Yeah,
know?
it was-
It was just. It was a good experience.
Right.
So yeah.
It was something to be everything to say, all right, we
Yeah, I
did
did.
this, we experienced it.
We'll never do it again.
Yeah, was it just metal?
No.
No,
It was
no.
It was everything.
It was
Oh,
a little bit of everything. Yeah. You had
I
some,
think I was there.
Yeah.
I
for
really
what?
because I was shooting a video for Curtis Young, who's Dr. Dre's.
Well, there was
kid.
multiple rock the boats. They had them for
Yeah,
about
they-
4 or 5 years in a row.
Yeah,
Which year
Yeah.
was this?
This was
God.
2014.
Or 13 maybe.
It
13
might
or
have been.
14.
It might have been.
It was pretty
It's
close
like
to
once
that.
a year though, or they have it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
once a
once a
year.
year,
Yep.
every summer.
It's a huge pay-to-play event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huge pay to play.
Yeah.
I mean, we knew we weren't going to bring anybody from Reno down there at the time because we were like, yeah, nobody's going to just take a road trip that far just to do it.
Yeah.
But we did have like one guy that was like, "I'll come with you." Like, I guess
yeah.
we got one seat.
We got a roadie. Yeah.
Yeah, he did help. So at
Yeah.
least that.
Well, we stayed on the boat.
Yeah, you guys got to stay on the boat.
No, we paid to stay on the boat.
Wow.
I stayed
And
on
it
that
was
boat
cool.
too. Yeah, it's
And
cool.
it was cool. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
I took a cruise and then I jumped off the cruise ship and because the port's right there.
Yeah.
And I literally just walked to the Queen Mary and then got on that boat and I was like, dude, I just went from boat to boat. I didn't even realize it. Like,
Oh, you went to Ensenada and
well, that's where I was going.
Catalina?
Yeah. Well, no, it was Cabo, Mazatlan, and Puerto Vallarta.
oh, nice.
Yeah. And then back. But it was cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just jumped off the boat and went to another boat.
Cool.
But yeah, the
Jumping
rooms
ship.
are nice. I think it was cool.
Yeah.
I just like, this is haunted and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
Hey, that's what they say.
Yeah.
I've never experienced anything like that
I
there.
didn't.
but-
I haven't either.
I mean, it's just a big old hollow boat for
Yeah.
the most
Yeah.
part at this
Yeah.
point,
Yeah.
especially downstairs when we were all playing. I mean, it's amazing to see just how much space is down there.
Yeah.
You
Oh
know
yeah,
what I
in
mean?
the, like in the engine room and
yeah,
stuff.
like well, because they took out a lot of the since it's not going anywhere. They took a lot of the stuff that would have made it run for the most part and all that, and so. Going in there, like you entered in on the second deck because
Yeah,
the first
something like
deck
that,
was where all the hotel was.
Right. Yeah.
And so second deck was kind of the entrance, and it was just like this grand hallway, and then the staircase in the center that led kind of down a little bit. But otherwise, I mean, there was no taking your stuff down those stairs, man. That was people just lined up down the stairs, walking up and down, like there was no getting down it. But stage here, stage there, stage there.
Yeah, I
There was
remember
like
the
3 or
stages. It was
4
crazy.
on every deck
Yeah.
in one
I think there was
circle.
about
Then there's
10.
more over
Yeah.
here. But as you got lower, they kept more and more stages and more stages. It's like, holy shit.
Yeah, because they probably figured nobody's taking all their shit
Oh,
up that
man.
fucking high.
Yeah, no kidding. But,
His dad used to work on the Queen Mary.
oh, really?
Yeah, because they're from Long Beach, so that's
Well, that
where he
makes
was
sense.
working. Yeah.
But,
Yeah, he'll tell you some stories. So it's crazy.
but yeah. So you're walking away is what we were talking about. And so, you know, the hard part is like, you know, with your productions, you've brought devastation to the desert to this city, and you've done it every year for how many years?
3.
3 years.
Yep.
And
It would have been 4 minus
would've been-
COVID. So.
Right,
COVID,
right,
yeah.
right, because we had to put everything on delay
Yep.
then. But you've brought devastation, and with devastation in the desert, we got to see not only a lot of local bands thrive and be able to share that stage, but bands that weren't from here come
Yeah.
here,
Oh,
you know,
a
and
lot,
and
yeah.
grow just the appreciation for other bands
Yeah.
and get to share that stage and play to this community and grow that
Get that
love,
music
you know?
out because
Yeah.
they probably wouldn't have heard it either. You know.
Right.
I mean, they might have came through here, but it's not like a big setup like it was at VSB.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so with that, I mean, it's hard to walk away from that, including music.
That's
And
why I say he's not
I
walking away from it.
Well,
dude.
and trust me,
you're,
I
you're
get-
married to
'cause-
that now.
I don't want to be a liar or anything.
Yeah.
What I posted on Facebook
Yeah.
was real.
Yeah.
I went through the set. We played a great set that night.
Yeah.
Killed it. It was different than the first 2 devastations because we
Yeah.
had a couple of hiccups.
Yeah,
this
right.
time we didn't have any.
Yeah.
So it's like, wow. So I picked up the mic and I was going to say, you know what? I was going to say it was the end, and I really couldn't say it.
Yeah, I heard it.
So it was very
Wasn't real yet,
surreal, so to speak, and I couldn't say it, and it's like, oh. Hey, Robert, should I say it?
Yeah.
I was packing up. I just heard you get on the mic.
Go for it.
I'm joking. So
Chuck knows my reasons.
Yeah.
So then the whole thing is like, okay, well, maybe there's more. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, and it's funny because
I mean, at least the promoting side of things.
Well,
right?
yeah. I mean,
I mean, you're just
Well, the promoting side, see, it goes.
like, is Devastation done?
It really goes hand in hand. Well, Chuck, you're a great promoter. Well, you don't. The big deal is that I want to get my band on the best shows. So that's why, by default, I've become putting on the promoter's hat, so to speak.
You're praised.
So why would I want to host?
it's kind of a win-win situation.
Yeah, well, it's a total win-win. That's the whole deal of it. And so why would I not go ahead and go on with it? So
right.
Yeah, so it's just why would I want to put on shows to stay in the crowd and schmooze with people and stuff like that?
But you got to start that pretty early, especially a big
My
production
thing
like
is,
that, though.
I want to play. This is the camaraderie with all you guys, everything else, the musicianship, everything else, and so that's it. So I couldn't say it.
Right. It's hard.
So
it's hard.
Did I mean it?
No.
Yeah. I'm not gonna take it back. It's not gonna be Kiss reunion part 40. Coming back. Chuck's coming out now. He just turned another year. So now he's gonna have another.
Chuck's hiring a bunch of midgets. That's gonna be the next from the ruins.
Yeah, mini ruins.
It's gonna be mini ruins.
So I can't say never. You know? Yeah.
Well, what struck me, or I guess you could say, kind of surprised me, was when the part where you were saying that, you had people that got you back into music again 12 years ago.
Yeah.
So you had for a moment there where you were away from music.
Yeah.
And what brought that upon it?
I guess just from like 22 to 52, literally nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, do the math. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, now we're starting to find out.
Don't make me do
how
math.
old I am. I know.
Let me get my calculator out real quick.
And then I started thinking, what did I used to do for fun? Oh yeah, that's right. I used to play guitar and stuff like that. So yeah. Well, that
Back
too.
in the day,
I still do that. It's all good.
I'm bored.
That ain't going away.
And so then it was like, okay, well shit. You snowboarded, mountain biked, and all that stuff.
Right.
What else do you like to do? Oh, play guitar. So just get in there and transition from being in the crowd and on stage. Just
But did you start just go straight into writing your own stuff, or was it like
no, because you came in up against it and shit. So I learned all their stuff.
Oh, so they were already established.
Yeah, so that's basically. I was at the MRC, started pulling in different people to have my own room, connecting in, starting networking and shit, and trying to get everything going on here. And then I got with those guys, and even though they were punk, semi-metal, and it's like, well, it wasn't my cup of tea.
Right.
And so that's when I started, well, hey, let's write some harder shit, and then I'll be happy, and maybe I can stick around for a while.
Yeah.
And so.
But you started writing the From the Ruins tunes with your brother, right? With James?
Well, actually, and I came from Up Against It.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was the first one, and so therefore I felt comfortable playing that. If I had to play all the other stuff, well, then I at least get to play the one song that I wrote.
Right.
So that's the reason why I brought it to From the Ruins.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense.
I fit in. It was all, you guys already had a package when I already came in.
Yeah.
So it was like, this is the song. So I'm like, okay.
Yeah. So you've been playing guitar for a while then.
About 80 years.
Oh, damn, yeah. You're on, it feels that way.
Dang, you look really good. You're on Mike's level right now. He's like, a lot of wheatgrass shots.
Yeah.
Dead babies.
A lot of hot yoga.
Yeah.
A lot of soul sucking.
I would say playing a lot of guitar, on, off. You know what I mean? So one of those things.
Yeah. So you started when you were relatively early then?
Yeah, about 10 or 11 years old.
Yeah.
I snuck into my brother's room and started stealing his acoustic.
Yeah.
Starting to figure out stuff. I was like, okay, yeah, that's cool.
Trying to figure out where you stand with that and all that. Well, it's funny because like we've got you on the show. We've had guys like Jeff Stewart, Ron Crockett. We've had Scott, Schulte, and these guys. And what I love is the difference in generations between you and us. We come from different generations. I'm in my early 30s, so I was in the late 80s when I was
you're
born.
in your late fucking 30s.
I'm in my early 60s.
Okay, I'm in my mid 30s. If fuck ass.
I'm 21.
But
that's
point.
IQ.
Oh wow! Is that a low blow from Sean?
Hey, you just keep the beat, man. That's it.
Line them up.
We're deleting that one.
Line them up. He nailed it.
Well, me and Jeff, we come from the same background.
Right.
Totally.
And what's
because you're Bay Area too, then?
No, I'm LA, but we had the thrash
similar
down
connections and similar interests and
Jeff's
stuff like that.
Jeff's a little bit younger than me, but he was still in there right around that same time.
Right.
So when it went over from the hard shit was.
Oh yeah, you're Orange County area, right?
Yeah, Orange County. Yep. LA and shit. So Sunset Strip and all that shit was happening back when I was playing my first band. 80, 81, 82.
Well, you remember the band? What was the band?
We were called Rude Awakening.
Oh, I thought you were going to say From the Ruins. I was like, Jesus fucking Christ. I'm just going to keep this going here.
No. So that was 81 and 82.
Yeah.
Early shit when Def Leppard's first shit came out.
Before
the Crew, Too Fast for Love.
Did he have two arms?
He did have two arms at that time.
Then,
sure did. Yeah, Rick Allen.
Sounded the same.
Yeah, and it was heavy. Wasp was heavy back then.
Yeah. Wasp.
It's just like wow, okay.
Well, when you have a name like Wasp, it just sounds heavy.
Oh no.
You got a saw blade on your cock.
Yeah.
It's like okay,
that's Jackal. That's Jackal.
Jackal did that. Yeah.
That wasn't back then.
No.
Jackal wasn't back then.
Jackal was a little later than that.
I was gonna say that was like
Mid to
early
late
90s.
80s.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
okay.
they were
Earlier
80s.
than that? Really?
Yep, they were 80s.
But one of the things that I enjoy is, talking about where you guys come from in terms of how you came up in metal, because what we know as metal, or at least today, is way different.
Yeah.
And so
That's
what do
the
you
generation gap,
what do
though.
you think about the metal that's coming out today as opposed to when you were? Like, what do you think about it? Is it too heavy in terms of what you think, or do you like some of it? Is there some that you don't?
Am I supposed to be truthful?
Yeah, absolutely.
100%.
Yeah. No, I like a lot of the music.
You can
so
say
to
it
speak.
sounds like shit.
No. I'm not going to say that because I appreciate every musician bringing what they are to the table. We understand that. Come on, me being an older guy, sure, I listen to Chuck Berry, but I didn't want to be
Who
Chuck
doesn't?
Berry.
Right.
So you've heard all this shit, the Slayer, Metallica, and stuff like that. But you guys, that's not your cup of tea. Your guys' shit is more heavier than that. Or,
Right.
Or
That is my cup of tea, actually.
Well, for you, I mean, you had that upbringing.
the vocal
Metallica
style and whatever and stuff like that.
I know, I
so,
still love it. The vocal style. There's a bunch of
So
good
for me,
stuff
there's a difference of a lot of it. The prog metal and a
But
lot
see,
of
that's
that
where
stuff
it
is
branched
just
out, I think, and that's the evolution of the metal music.
So many different subgenres of
Yep.
all kinds of stuff, and it's just grown to where I can't keep track.
Yeah, no kidding.
Nobody
And-
can. I think they tried to write everything down, and they're like, I think they gave up, and they got like through 20, and they're like, fuck it, because it branches off even from the subgenres.
Just even from the subgenres, like death metal became. Deathcore, death, this.
Yeah,
and,
this.
Melodic deathcore. It's like, oh my God, how many times?
Where's that fucking family tree at? God damn it.
But and because even today, even though I prefer to play heavier stuff than say what was written in the 80s or the 90s even, I still appreciate that music. But there is even music that's coming out today that I'm like, I don't know if I really like that. Like it took me
like the new Slipknot.
It took me years to really think. I don't know. Yeah, I actually. Yeah, Slipknot has really. I don't know. Slipknot is one of those bands that I appreciated when I heard them for the first time because it was like I was in that level of teenager where I was like, "Fuck yeah, fuck people, people equal shit." That was my like, "Fuck yeah," and I loved that. And then
was the music side.
But I can also appreciate how, and we've talked about how bands evolve and how bands find that niche where they're like, let's try this. And then they stay on that track for a while. Maybe they find something new. But, this new Slipknot doesn't sound any different than the last one. But
they're just staying on that same track.
But then there's bands like Job for a Cowboy, who I think are incredible musicians. But when I first heard them, I was like, this is way too fucking insane for me right now. And it took me years to appreciate what that band does.
That was
just how technical that band is.
That was Dillinger for me.
Yeah. Oh, and that's another example. But I think the evolution of music, and what you guys were doing with From the Ruins was that kind of combination between the OG 80s 90s metal mixed with like heavier drumming, faster paced stuff, more technical changes here and there, but still keeping those melodies and those solos. And that's something that those hooks
heavy,
that you could really
choruses.
Those catchy fucking hooks that you hear and you're like, God damn, I can't help but get that stuck in my head.
Well, you know what the funny thing is that us being older guys, Robert's the youngest guy in the band, and so with us, our wheelhouse is that, and we're not,
right.
It would be absurd for us to try to do Cookie Monster and stuff because of the fact that we're trying to be kids, we're not.
Right.
So we're just keeping it going with the shit that we grew up on.
Yeah.
That's still, it's not wimpy, but it might be the shit that's audible vocals, heavy choruses or whatever and shit.
But you have that now in the
we
heavier
would look like
shit,
a farce if we did try to do something different.
Well, I wouldn't say it'd be a farce. I wouldn't go that far to say
You're trying to live your youth again, and it's like.
But at the same time, you're also staying true to what you love, and that's also super respectable. You know what I mean? Like it's not often you hear bands these days come out with music like that, though.
Yeah.
Because you'll hear people say, "Oh, that that 80s shit is dead," or but
it's
you can't be
the
next
hair metal,
the
rap.
Hair metal you can't be the next Motley Crue.
That's not thrash though. Chuck and Scotty are I'm just speaking for that, but it's. Tell me if I'm wrong, but it's more based on the thrash side of things.
Yeah. Oh, definitely so.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it wasn't on the hair metal because you don't hear that in the riffs.
But when you think about it, how often when you think of like 80s thrash, how much does that get associated with that?
Oh, 100%, because it was in the
they
same
lop
era.
them in.
Yeah.
And
that's kind of hard too
they
when you
lock
with that
them
genre.
in.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. But that's also something that we talk about when it comes to genres of being that stigma of whatever style of music you're playing. It's like if you're playing death metal, it's like, Jesus, you must worship the devil. It's like, I don't worship shit like that.
Right,
What the fuck are you talking about? Like, that's an assumption. Or just like with From the Ruins, of having these melodies that are still true to that era, because you hear it, you feel it, and that's what it reminds me of when I hear it. I'm like, God damn, that takes me back when I was a kid listening to shit, because that was my upbringing, listening to a lot of 80s, thrash and heavy metal and rock and you name it. So I can appreciate that stuff. But, sometimes that transition into the time now, because you hear so much different shit now that it's like, if it's not heavy and has all chugga-chuggas throughout the entirety, it's not badass. You know what I mean? Because it drives me fucking nuts.
Well, the funny thing is that we know that we're making boatloads of cash off of all of this.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, we're raking it in. Loomis is usually picking up
cash,
our...
we're just bailing out money.
We have sacks, literally, with dollar bill signs on them.
So
I'm the Monopoly guy.
We carry them through everybody, and we just say, excuse... Actually, we have security.
So we want to cater to whoever's paying us those boatloads of cash.
Oh, in the stadium tour we did. Remember that?
Yeah, we want to do that.
Thanks, COVID.
Yeah.
So therefore, we want to play shit that we like. Because in the end, if you like it, that's cool, but we like it.
Absolutely. And I dig the shit too. Yeah. And that's why when you guys were like, when the last show with
Unveil the Strength
and all them, when you were like, hey,
that was cool.
so
amazing guys.
Here. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, those are great fucking dudes. That was such an awesome
down to earth guys.
Yeah.
And so that was a fun show to play, and I was cool to be brought on with Cyanate, to do that, and then that was my only plan, was like just to do 2 songs with Scott and Dimitri and Robert and them, and I was like, and then when you guys were saying Isaac wasn't be there, I was like, I'm already there. Let's have some fun, and I had fun learning your guys' songs
in like a fucking day. You're
It was.
You had 2 days.
I had 2. I had 2.
A song and a half.
He only used 1.
I
got this. Mic drop. I think you mic dropped it.
And originals too. So that was impressive.
Well, and that was something that I was like, did I make a mistake?
Dimitri did a cover. But you stepped in with some originals. So that was good. Yeah.
I like to bring other people. I think we should have more of that actually.
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, Latest Fashion does it
with Justice. And
Josh.
And I know they've been doing that. Josh and doing that, and Purification by Fire with Latest Fashion at the Scattering show. They did that.
That's I love that. I think
love
it's
that
cool.
collaboration.
Yeah, I do too.
I love when that happens.
It makes everybody in there.
And you're seeing a lot more bigger bands do that too, because I just saw recently.
Lamb of God.
Lamb of God.
Lamb of God.
With Megadeth.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then before that, I saw Spirit Box with Will Ramos from Lorna Shore.
And
I was like,
yeah.
oh, that was fucking awesome.
That was fucking great.
You know, and it's cool to see those bands because it really shows just how tight the community really can be, you know. And I think that's what I love the most about this music scene.
Yeah, the latest fashion, that first gig they did back, remember we played that show? Who were we playing with?
That was Soulfly.
Soulfly, yeah.
And
Soulfly.
Justice,
exactly.
Soulfly, latest fashion.
Yep. Yep. So we played that one, and that's when Josh came out and did a song with them.
Yep.
You know, it was sort of reemergence, you know, from that. So
dude,
they
that
kept
show,
it going on. So yeah,
it was one of the greatest shows, dude. I had so much fun at that show. I saw so many people
we
I
had
haven't seen in years.
1 foot of stage, so that was really good.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Move around with 5 people, so it was pretty good.
Yeah, the backlining.
I think that was the first show that we ever played where there was literally like 3 kits set up already on stage.
Yeah, because usually it's
The
not.
back line to the back line.
No, because our Devastation was like that. Like the first few years, there was no. If you're a drummer, you're fucked because you gotta dig through this.
No,
pile
well,
of
that
drum
was the
stuff.
first show that literally there was 3 kits set up on stage. One had the riser, then the other one had the left, and then we had the right.
Oh,
and then he
wow.
had to
that's
figure
right.
out in the center.
Yeah,
Remember?
Yep.
And it's like, holy shit! And we get through 4 songs. He goes, "That's it." I'm going like, "Wait."
Oh yeah, they cut us.
Yeah,
They cut
what
us.
happened, man?
No.
What happened? You kidding me?
Because I think we started late.
No, the first band started late.
Oh, that's what
We're
it
not
was.
going to name names.
Yeah,
That's all good.
yeah.
And so,
But that's not the first time it's happened. We've been cut before.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what they're running on a schedule.
Yeah.
I mean, it sucks, but
Yeah. The higher you're up in the lineup you are, the more susceptible you being cut, because therefore,
For the most part,
you get
if you're the
closer to
opener or the
headliner.
headlining, either way, yeah.
yeah.
But, you know, and we talked about that with Josh Mathis, too, because he just recently got off tour with Animus.
Yeah, I did.
And he was talking about
dude.
that. There was
Yeah.
a few times where he was like, you know, he even came on here, he's like,
Yeah.
local bands.
Yeah. Get your shit
Listen
off
to
the
me
stage.
now. Get
Do
your
not
shit.
break down
fuck
on
off.
the stage, okay? Especially
But-
drummers. I'm gonna talk to you drummers out
Yeah.
there, okay? Get your shit off the stage.
Well, you know, it's funny because you spend all this time preparing for a set. And you rehearse it over and over and over again. And you're sitting there and sometimes you're like, and go. And you're timing it. And you're like, that should be a good set. You know, and you're like, we play that like that. We're good. And then you get there and it's all like,
Yeah, it's because you
you're
don't
like,
have the
"What?
stopwatch
What?"
on there.
Yeah, exactly. You don't know where you stand.
No.
You're enjoying the bands that are up there before you or
Yep.
whatever. And you're just kind of anticipating getting up there.
Yeah.
And then when it finally happens, they're like,
You're giving
like,
everybody
"What?"
praise. The
Yeah.
vocalist is up there giving. The vocalist
We
is up
haven't
there
even
giving
started our
praises.
set yet. What are you
The
talking
vocalist
about?
is naming off
He's
all the
down to-
bands. You're like, hurry it up!
He's up there miming, and you're like, dude, we got a fucking show to play, you know? And he's like,
Yep, no shit. But you know, it's all in fun too because
Yeah, it is.
you know it's an experience and you learn from it. You know, especially if
It's
it's
gonna
something you're gonna
happen.
play.
It's always
you know,
gonna happen.
if you're gonna play often and that's something you're gonna keep doing, then yeah, you're gonna have to learn that.
don't get don't get pissed at it.
Yeah.
That's
No,
the
I
only thing. Don't get angry at something like that. Just
I
say,
agree.
all right, cool.
There'll be
we got-
another
we
show
got
right around the
time.
corner. So, yeah.
Exactly.
Get
Yeah.
angry at the band before you started late.
So let me ask you
Just
this.
kidding.
For you and all your time playing music and all that, what would you say is your favorite part? Writing the music or performing?
Playing the show.
Playing the show.
Playing the
Yep.
show.
And why?
Because it's Showman.
You know, it's
Look at that chest hair.
Yeah. Suck it, David Hasselhoff.
it's gray. It's all gray. Hey, it's all good.
Silver Fox.
You know, I guess
like this.
you're writing it in it. You know, that has its rewards, as you guys both know.
Right.
Everything like that. But when you get to present it,
Yeah.
I think that's the culmination, the coup de grace of everything.
Yeah.
And then either you tear it up or you suck.
You
So-
fuck up.
So, you know, for me, yeah, yep.
Yeah. Well, and the hardest part too is like when you do fuck up, do you take it in stride or do you go, fuck, you know, and it just ruins your fucking day?
Well, you got to learn to move on to the next song.
Right.
No,
exactly.
you could see me definitely cussing back there. I'm one of those cussers for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think something went wrong. Robert's face looks fucked up.
Looking back there, Harry. Got
That's
that
just
crazy
the way
look in
he
your eye.
looks. He had a bitter beer.
Yeah. What would you say would be your favorite show you've played?
That's what I was going to. Oh, what was your? Yeah, the best show you
Favorite show that we played was the biggest one.
Which one was that?
Docking.
I was gonna say it had to have been docking.
The docking.
There was 802 through the door.
Yep.
And they were all there during our set.
Yep.
Well, we were the
It
direct,
was packed, dude.
We were
Front
direct
to
support.
back. Yeah, it was front to back. The balcony was there.
Yeah,
We were trying to throw DVDs
VSP
up there, hitting people at the bottom. It was great.
From back of the merch booth, walking up to get to the stage, it took a couple minutes, man.
Excuse me.
Yeah,
I had to get my own security.
I'm actually playing. Excuse me.
Sure you are. Now,
Yeah.
Don Dockin, Don.
Yeah. Now, what was that like being up there to be able to say, I got to open up for Dockin?
You know what? It was really good because, again, we had a kick-ass set.
Yeah.
That was a good
So
set.
we tore it up.
We did do
we threw in some covers because we had 45 minutes.
Yeah,
we
got
did
time
our
to
own
fill.
shit, our own shit, a couple covers and blah, blah, back and forth. And at the end of the day, see, that was the difference with us is in that type of setting, we mesh together well.
Yeah.
So therefore, people are looking for big hooks and heavy choruses and shit like
Exactly.
that. Well, that's what we did. That's our wheelhouse.
Yeah.
And
So of course we tore it up. It's
And
like,
you're
wow,
playing
man.
for a band that you fucking loved and appreciated.
Yeah.
You're like,
I didn't
fuck
know.
yeah!
I didn't know anything about Don Dockin before I played that show. And they were like, "Yeah, Don Dockin," and I was like, "All right, cool, yeah, Don Dockin."
I only knew from a kid. I remember my mom having a bunch of Dockin albums, but
everybody
I didn't.
did.
I never really took the time to listen to it. And then it was funny because she was like, I remember we were watching. It was Nightmare on Elm Street,
That's-
the Dream Warrior.
I didn't even know.
and I was like,
he did that.
I like this song. She goes, "That's Dockin,
Yeah,
asshole."
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, the whole time.
I didn't know. I didn't know.
Either. I was just like, I
Before
like
the
this
show,
song.
I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
the
yeah,
intro. I always
No,
loved
they had
that.
a ton of a ton of hits all over the radio ever, So obviously with us playing with a heavy band, well, that wouldn't be our wheelhouse, and we'd have a bunch of people that would be out there smoking or whatever,
Right.
So
Yeah, Chuck
you
books show like he's playing chess.
Damn straight.
well, it's got to be strategic. It does.
And because there's been shows where you've seen, openers that are like, the fuck are they doing opening for this set? Like, I've been to shows where I'm like,
I've done that though.
No, Ben should have been here. It's one thing to do a mesh.
I was like, I've done like punk and hip hop shows, and then
those, but that kind of community is easier to mesh with for like punk and metal. I think is easier to mesh than like true hip hop and metal. I think those are two complete opposites. But I've done that.
Yeah, I've done that too.
With Seductive Rage, one of our first shows was a hip hop metal show.
Yeah.
And we were doing, it was a fundraiser.
Yeah.
So we were doing a fundraiser for backpacks for kids and school supplies and stuff like that. So all the money would go to this, getting supplies for kids to go back to school. So it was in the summertime.
Right. So you were on the PTA, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, he was.
He had to support, man.
Yeah.
I was like, it's for a good cause.
Yeah.
I'm doing this for you, son. But no, I mean, it was a weird, environment because like you had people that were real hip hop heads, and then we're walking around covered in tattoos and we're hauling gear, and they're like, the fuck is going on?
Yeah,
like,
I never
we're like,
had
hey man,
that.
but it was cool to be able to be in that environment and still mesh too.
Yeah.
It was like it could have gone the opposite direction where it was like we didn't talk to a single other fucking person there.
Dude,
other
mine
than
was
the people we
block,
brought.
Mine was a block party, and it was literally like low riders and stuff around there, and we're
Yeah.
playing metal.
Yeah.
And I think we were the only metal band actually.
Wow.
And
Well,
we
it's-
did know I was in skateboarding too, and a lot of the skateboarders are hip hop heads too.
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
kind of
Well,
it was
that
a
kinda-
lot-
that
it was a
ca-
little
that
more,
helps.
It was
Yeah.
it was more easy transition.
Right.
I think.
I tend to leave that to Slim Shady.
Yeah.
And we'll do our own stuff. You guys do yours.
Who is Slim Shady?
Yeah.
I am
Would
actually.
you please stand up?
Yeah.
I'm actually the real Slim Shady.
Sit the fuck down,
ask
Mike.
anybody I work with; they'll tell you stories. I also dated Taylor Swift, and I dumped her because she had a big ass forehead.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
You can fit 6 fingers on there.
Yeah. 6. You could fit 2 fucking handfuls. You could play a movie on that. You could play Breakfast Club on that forehead.
No.
You fucking her forehead. Mike, shh, quiet. You type on the computer.
He's all.
You do your
I'll be the
computer
next.
thing.
I'll be the next Taylor Swift song.
Sign me up.
Were you under the bleachers, Mike?
You know that song Trouble, right? That was about me.
Yeah,
Trouble.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
know
There's another side to
there
Chuck
is.
that
I know the chorus.
Dude, no, there's another side of Chuck that nobody knows about. Chuck, do you want to explain your other side, your alter ego?
Your
here?
alter ego.
Well, I am Donna Summer.
Donna Summer. Samadana.
No, it's the earlier stuff. It's the earlier stuff. What's the earlier stuff?
Yeah.
I remember we were
I
listening to
listen to
something.
all kinds of shit because I was brought up around all kinds of different shit. And whether it's disco, or
Yeah.
country, or I know all that stuff. For me, it all came into growing up.
Yep.
And whether it's school, whether it's the parents. And then kind of what goes on when you don't have those people around, you kind of appreciate that a little more.
Yeah.
Because you respect that, oh, man, they're not here anymore.
It's nostalgia.
Right.
Yeah,
It takes you back.
Yeah, it does,
Well,
Did that ever play a part in your writing music? Or
Never.
anything? No.
Really?
I can sing country and do all this stuff and everything, but I'm a
You
metal
can sing
guy.
country?
Oh,
we're
yeah,
going to
just
start a country album.
I-
FTR's going to come out with a
hear me on
country
Red
album.
Hey, Jeff Hanneman's the god, man, for me. So
I'm more of a
no,
Billy
no,
Ray
no
Cyrus.
country. No, that Billy Ray's first one was great.
Don't
Some
break
gave
my
all
heart.
gave some. Oh, yeah.
You can break
Yeah.
it. Huh.
Yes, yep. See, you know it.
Yeah, he knows. He knows a few.
I don't know any country. Fuck that.
I'd like to say that I'm metal on metal, and that's all I do from when I wake up till I go to sleep is metal, but it's not me.
I don't know. I have that kind of confliction.
Josh is like that.
Well, there are people that are
Maybe.
definitely like
Josh definitely
one
runs
thing.
into that.
Yeah.
There's one track and
That's where
it's
me and
metal,
him,
metal.
I'm not a country guy, and me and Josh are.
No,
That's
Josh
where we.
loves country.
That's where we differ
Yeah.
right
Yeah,
there.
it's all
Yeah.
good.
But I liked country too. I
Are we
grew up
talking
with
Lease or Mathis?
Mathis.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
this
a
is
big country.
no.
But
Oh,
I give it to
I
him.
remember he was at. Well, it became special for him too because he's at a Garth show
Yeah.
because of his mom.
I give it to him.
He likes to go out to night in the country and all
Yeah,
that too.
he's
yeah.
a better drummer than I am, so I won't give him too much.
Yeah.
But
Well, he just took that West Coast tour to an extreme.
that's
know.
right. That's right.
Dude, did
that's
you
right.
see that new playthrough he just did?
Yes, I did for Cyborg.
Yeah, I saw that.
I definitely
Fucking
did.
Josh.
Did he
I know.
release it today?
Yeah,
Yes,
he just
he did.
released
Yeah, I
it
saw
today. It's fucking good.
Yeah, he's
The
good.
guy's good.
Yeah, I had to shut it off because I was getting pissed.
Another product from the MRC.
Yeah,
Dude,
I like that.
there's a lot.
No.
There's actually a lot.
There's a
from
lot.
there. There's a
Yeah.
lot from there.
Because you've been associated with the MRC
Jared,
for quite
yeah.
some time now.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
since 2010.
Yeah.
And it's
So,
one of
the whole
those.
Did you
time.
have that connection with Bill before?
No, I didn't. I met him there.
You did.
I brought Jeff Stewart and Virusment in. They were like the fourth or fifth band in that place.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then I
okay.
started meeting Bill, and then he needed to have a lot of construction stuff done, and
Yeah.
I just started
And
talking
you're like, guess
bullshit
what?
with him.
I also have vending machines.
Yeah. Well, no, that didn't come till later.
Yeah.
I bought our house.
Yeah.
And so we do all kinds of construction stuff, and you go like, oh my God, we got 4 rooms rented out. This is great. We
Yeah.
only got
Shit,
46 to go.
Now you got a fucking waiting list.
Yeah.
Well, now we're no longer involved in it.
Yeah. Well,
Because
Bill
Bill sold
left,
them
yeah.
to Matt Reardon, so
Yeah.
I just have my vending
Bill's
machines there. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, I hope
Yeah.
Bill's still having fun. You still
So-
go stock those then?
Oh yeah. You still go there every week. But there's still Jared. There's Josh. There's
When he's not on
there's-
tour.
Yeah,
Right.
there's all those guys that are always coming in through there. There's Split Personas in there. So-
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. Split
there's-
Persona.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. They're making a name for themselves. the
Yes, they
kids.
are. They're coming up, man.
Is Ostracized still there?
Oh yeah, they've
Yep,
been there.
they're still there.
They've been there forever.
Probably
Holy
since
shit.
about 2011.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
got the
they've
big.
been there
They got
for
one
a
of the
minute.
big rooms.
They
I
do.
remember in that
With
corner.
the tall ceilings.
Yep.
And it works out for their recordings too, because they do a lot of their own recordings for
They
the
do.
most part, and using that studio and all that, and it's
I think almost all my
damn,
bands
just
like.
pumping them out.
Yeah, Clementine's Night was there.
Yeah.
Nevermute was there.
Stonehaven.
Stone. Oh yeah,
Remember?
Stonehaven.
With
Yeah,
Stonehaven.
with what's his
Scott
name?
Curtis.
Scott Curtis. That's right.
Yep.
You know what was funny about
I
that
think
is there was a house that a friend of mine was selling up in Collin Ranch where we were later
Yeah.
today.
Must have been a nice one.
And the realtor, guess who the realtor was?
Yeah.
Scott Curtis.
Really?
Oh, he's a realtor now.
Yeah, so he had his sign
Oh.
out on. So I was driving up to go pick up my grandma and stuff.
This is lately?
no, this was a
Yeah,
while back.
because he's no longer that because
Yeah.
something happened, and now he's a security guard.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Well, he was also a child star.
Yeah.
He used to hang out with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to hang out with Full House.
Full House. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Stamos.
I'm still
Yeah.
jealous. Couldn't get me the Olsen twins fucking numbers or anything.
You don't want that number.
Yeah.
No, not now. I haven't seen him lately.
You want to know what Skeletor would look like with a twin?
Can we pull up that photo, please?
Yeah. Time has not
Put it
been good
back
to
in.
those ones. They're trying to put put themselves in cryo freeze.
Yeah. Are they really?
I don't know.
They're getting.
Don't fact check me, Mike.
Fact check them, please. They're getting together with Elon Musk.
Yeah, no.
Send me to space in one of your Teslas.
Smash, and Elizabeth Olsen. Oh, Elizabeth Olsen is smash for sure. She's beautiful. That's the Scarlet Witch chick. That's.
Oh no! Is that?
That's one of the Olsen.
Are you
sisters.
serious?
She's the youngest.
No shit!
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I know she doesn't look anything like him.
No, she doesn't.
Well, I think there's certain features. Yeah,
well, it's different mom, different mom, different dad.
Yeah. Dude, they look exactly like they
do,
did like 12 years ago.
Photo, though. Holy cow! Do you remember?
Different mom, different dad.
No, is it? No, that has to be the same.
No, it's all good.
Line them up.
Yeah.
Mike's like, line them up.
Mike's also back there going, I'm not picky.
Yeah.
But
does she have a head?
Yeah.
A pulse.
No, he doesn't care about that.
Yeah. But it's sad to see you kind of step away because Devastation has brought a lot of really great talent to this town, and thanks to you know, because bands like Hatred, bands like Claustrophobia,
from Brazil.
Exactly.
Well, not only that, but all the tours we did up and down West Coast.
Yeah,
we
did
quite a bit
Metal in the Mountains, all that good stuff.
The Whiskey a Go-Go.
Iron Mountain Metal Massacre.
Exactly.
All that stuff.
And
couple times.
Yeah, we did a few times.
I know it's hard.
Field started on fire actually one year.
During
our set.
That was the last time we got there.
Yeah, you brought that up last time.
That was last year. It's like, holy shit. Somebody better put that fucking fire out, otherwise this thing's done.
And then we're looking at each other. Are we like, should we stop? What's going on? Like
that was right as our set was starting.
Yeah, we were starting our set. I think we started our first song and it was going.
On fire.
Yeah. I was like,
metal for one field. Yeah. Too much metal for one field.
Yeah, I've had a bunch of weird shit like speakers catching on fire and stuff through sets.
But with that, I mean, you've brought a lot of great talent here, and you've allowed not only your band but other local bands to jump on that too. And I know it's going to be hard to watch you step away for a while.
Yeah.
Because let's be real, music never leaves us.
Don't give too much sympathy. He's going to Mexico and living on the beach.
Hey, when you need a vacation.
Well, that's not going to happen yet. But
don't you guys already have a book though, right?
Yeah, we're going to leave it at the end of next month.
That's all I'm talking about.
No, that's just a vacation.
You're going to miss your quads, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, they'll be in good hands.
I know. Yeah. Yeah. Just give me the keys. They'll be in great hands. Let's get this going.
We'll give you the garage door open. You just feed the cats. That's all you got to do.
I'll feed your cats. If you need a house sitter, let me know.
Well, it was kind of surprising because and what kind of set me a little like, oh shit, was like, because I knew you had, you just recently had surgery and all that stuff. I was like, please don't don't say that he's falling apart. Like,
no.
No, actually, he's 100 times better.
Yeah, I actually got a new hip last year on May 4th.
Bionicle.
Because I went snowboarding with him before he got the hip surgery, and he was like, man, I'm hurting right now, dude. I'm like, all right, dude, let's.
And that pains me. I had to sit in the car while these guys did some runs.
Yeah.
It's like, man, this sucks.
Yeah.
So, but now I do feel like Superman.
Yeah, he's
like
I said, we were just quadding earlier today.
Yeah.
Like I said, I was trying to catch up with him.
So like I said, I don't know.
Live fast, die hard.
I couldn't say it when I needed to say it, and so therefore that might have meant something else.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see if Robert's down in the future.
My stipulations.
Yeah. I think Robert's kind of like the hinge point here.
Yeah,
we won't bring it up too much, though.
No, let's bring it up. We can talk about it.
Bring it up. What's your stipulation, motherfucker?
My stipulation. We had to write. And that was my stipulation. I first of all, I don't like playing the same tunes over and over again for multiple years.
Yeah.
I get very agitated and
right.
anxious.
So who knows? We might be working on some new stuff.
There you go.
Yeah. So
that's pretty much.
Yeah.
We're gonna leave it at that.
Well, you guys have already been starting. Too.
We have.
Yeah.
Because that's what I was talking with Scotty with the other day before we went riding.
Those creative juices got to get them flowing. Sometimes it's hard to when you've had because you guys released your album in 2020.
In COVID.
Well,
right
it was
in the
middle.
When
COVID hit.
I know.
Yeah. So, I mean, in reality, yes, it's been years that you've been playing the same songs, but you never really got to be able to
100%.
promote the shit out of it.
We never got to tour behind it. We never got to do anything like that because of that fact. And by that time, it was older because, we'd finally gotten them. We had Juan Urtiaga from Trident Studios, mastering it. We had Alan Terry, mixing it, So it was a killer CD. But then again, like COVID fucked off a lot of shit, so.
Yeah, but my clock does not stop when COVID hits.
No, I know that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and so then, you got to think that literally within 2 years, we probably only played like 3 or 4 shows max.
Yeah.
Nobody did.
No, yeah, exactly.
That was it.
I like that conversation I had with Eric Beard after during Devastation.
Yeah?
Yeah, that was...
What's that?
Because he was like, you don't need to do, a bunch of practices, especially playing the same stuff.
Yeah.
Like, if you guys got a show coming up...
Yeah.
If you got the stuff solid... day before,
well, yeah, especially when you've spent enough
just,
time writing it, then recording it, and so it's there. It's always available.
It's muscle memory.
Yeah,
so drums are a little bit harder. Guitars, they can sit there around in their room and play that shit.
Whereas
drums,
you're limited.
Can't do that.
Right.
So it's like, for me, it's. Yes, I have the tunes there, but it's more of a muscle memory. If they start the guitar riff, I know exactly where I got to go and where I need to be, and then through the whole song.
Right.
So that's where I need to be, and all I need is a couple days for that, and we'll be locked back into where we were.
Mm-hmm. Well, think about it this way, because I know with Lethal Inception, we've run into this situation where we've had to completely alternate the way that we're playing music, right? Given the circumstances.
Yeah, but it was the same thing.
I know, but with that, you're learning a whole new atmosphere in the way that you're playing, and especially like with your drums. It's convenient because you could just plug in and you had your headphones, right?
Yeah,
and that's
that Play School fucking.
You know what? Hey, I told you. I
told
told you. It's a Play School.
Yeah. Dude, so I'm covering for Jazz for Lincoln Skins. So and I was like, you guys, I have to play acoustically. When you not play here, I have another set of drums. I will take to your rehearsals.
We'll go wherever you go.
I was like, I just need to play on some fucking actual drums, okay? Because I'm gonna lose my goddamn mind.
Oh shit! Okay? Did it feel good to get back on there?
It did.
Yeah.
I was like, you
did you do a rehearsal with the real kit?
Oh, I did. Yeah, we did a rehearsal with we knocked it out in like an hour. It was good though. I love playing with them.
Because the last time you played on your kit was at Devastation.
Devastation. Yeah. So it was good to just get on there, and that's the only time I really get to play on my kit is during shows.
Yeah.
Which is a totally different feel because the electric kit is not set up in any way.
It's not conducive to fun, I guess. Probably,
no, it's not.
No. Well, it depends. I mean, it depends if you're just fucking around.
It's good for practice. It's a good practice thing. So it's it's running like a full kit practice pad. That's pretty much all it is because just but you can get your arm movements down.
At least, and you remember which is a cymbal hit, tom, snare. You get all that, and the footwork. It all comes together.
But what I was worried about, especially switching over to the electric kit, it was not being able to remember where my kit is set up because the electric kit is so much different. So it's like, all right, I know I have way more cymbals than I do on the electric kit because I got 2. Yeah, and I have literally like 12.
What?
I'm exaggerating, but it's a lot.
It's pretty close though.
Yeah, so it's but it also got me to where I'm like, I really don't need that cymbal. Yeah. Or I really don't need that cymbal. So I started dialing back on certain projects.
I'm doing too much up here when I could be doing more here.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
Well, I don't need that hi-hat. I don't need that snare.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I can just
all bass drum.
No, that's all you need, though.
I'll just take the beat for you guys.
I can just bring a mandolin.
Really. No, really, I'll just run down to a hi-hat, snare, bass drum. Yeah. That's it.
I'm doing a Bob Dylan style.
I'm Buddy Rich. Fuck you. Old school.
But it's cool because when you think about it too, because during COVID there was a lot of bands that were doing the whole collaborating, doing this you have 4 different screens of all the members or whatever, and they're doing
collaborations.
Their thing.
Those were great.
And that's hard to do together.
And I think that's it says a lot about the artist too.
It does.
They can pull that shit off.
Yeah.
Especially being separated from the music and not being able to be in the same studio with somebody.
Well, not only that, connections, you don't know where they're at. The connection could be shit. So you're running a lag on that, maybe.
Right. Yeah.
Really, I think you should just send.
Mike knows all about that shit.
Right.
Yeah.
I think they should. What they should do is, which was probably what most of them are doing, is just sending them the click track. This is where you need to be at, because as soon as that click track is in there, they know exactly where they're at.
It's just like recording.
Yep.
Phil Demel did a lot of those.
Dude,
Phil's
a monster, dude. That guy's
Yeah.
He knows everything in that band.
All for fun. A lot of them, man, was just it was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really started branching out.
Yeah. Well, he knew. I was reading something. I think it was on Metal Injection, but he learned Willie's part, and he also learned Mark's part.
Yeah.
Both.
Just in case somebody got sick.
Mark Morton, yeah.
And then he ended up he ended up playing bass for him as well.
Yeah,
so he knew the bass parts too as well.
Yeah, that's insane.
That guy's a machine.
He came through one year. He played with a show with Nonpoint.
Yeah.
You know, and then he plays with somebody else, and it's like, holy shit, man.
Yeah, that guy.
So he's just
insane.
Yeah.
Well, his wife's back on tour too as well.
Oh, Bleeding Through?
With Bleeding Through.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they just came out with a new album. Did you listen to it?
Did they?
You didn't hear it?
Oh, I have not heard it yet.
Wow,
Dude,
that's
it's been out
funny
for
because
like a
she
month.
just had a
Yeah.
baby.
Shut the
They
fuck
had a
up.
baby not too long ago.
Well, they have a couple.
yeah.
they have a couple.
So,
Yeah, because
interesting.
we met them at NAMM. I think it was
Okay.
2000.
Probably
11.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Probably early.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. Yeah. Really cool people, down to earth.
Yeah.
Just
No shit.
humble as fuck.
Mm-hmm. I wanted to meet Bleeding Through when they first came to Reno. Well,
When they
first
played
saw
at the
them,
Oasis,
yeah.
I remember I was at that show.
Yeah,
I think we
yeah.
talked about this
That
before.
thing got fucked up.
Yeah.
That was a fucked up show.
Oh no,
Wasn't
that's the one they gassed.
Oh, so that was with
that was with Hatebreed.
In Flames. In Flames.
Because the Hatebreed show got gassed.
Yeah, it wasn't Hatebreed. It was
In Flames, yes.
It was In Flames.
Really?
Yeah, we were at that one.
No
Yeah.
shit.
Yep.
But I saw them with it was Bleeding Through, Walls of Jericho, and Martyr AD. That's when I saw them.
That's the one I was at.
But that
Because
one
Dave Nasty was the guitar player.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then, but what you were talking about with In Flames, yes, same thing happened. But yeah, that, and then I saw Thrice and Poison the Well at the Oasis, and that got maced too.
Okay.
But I was out in the parking lot. So
I got a face full of muff from the Walls of Jericho lead singer, because I was right in front, and she gets down,
crazy.
dude.
Yeah,
she gets down, and I was like,
woman's all
"What's
over
going
the
on?" And
stage.
she's like, I was like, "Fuck."
I should have been in the back.
I was like, "This is great." Are we married? Are you single?
Did I just score?
Yeah.
Did he?
I like music
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Apparently you do too.
I noticed you have braces. I have braces too.
It was a good show though. I liked it.
That's coming back. They're making a movie. They made a movie.
Who?
Beavis and Butthead.
Oh, you haven't seen it yet?
Yeah, Do the Universe.
It's good.
Oh, you've already seen
You
it?
should see him walking around
can't wait.
and realizing they have white privilege now. It's fucking hilarious.
Was it on Netflix?
No,
I
it's
don't
on
know.
Paramount
Yeah,
Plus.
Paramount Plus. Yeah,
Yeah, Paramount
My
Plus.
judge made that
Yeah.
call. Paramount.
Nobody's seen it then.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
I've seen it. I didn't even know I had Paramount
Okay.
Plus, and I was like going through it, and I'm like, oh, I wonder if I can watch this. And it was like, oh, we can watch it. I'm like, dude, I got so much shit, and I
Wow,
didn't realize.
must be nice.
I pirate a lot of stuff. I mean, can you edit that out? Okay,
No, we're keeping that in.
All right,
I didn't edit a pirate hat.
Your podcast is now
that'll work.
shut down.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny because like there was a we were watching a show and it was street foods on Netflix, and they were talking about they were talking about the LA street food community, and they were doing like a taco truck community.
That wasn't
group.
with John what's his name? John.
That's not a movie.
No, the
No,
guy who directed the.
Favreau was
No, Favreau. That's Chef.
Yeah.
You're talking about
no,
Chef.
but he did that too. He did that same thing.
Oh, maybe he did, or he did a movie about it.
But he did. Yeah, he had to
But
do his research.
this is a show, a series that they have on there, and they were talking about LA food trucks and this one company and a Filipino company and a burger barbecue place too in Crenshaw. But they were talking about this. And this guy was talking about his family, and he's like, "Yeah, my parents came here illegally," and I'm like, "Wait a minute."
Wasn't that most parents?
Does that make them still illegal? Like, if you said that on Netflix, does that mean like they're coming for him now?
Yeah,
Like,
I'm sure that's where ICE is getting their
I
research
think about that all the
from.
time. I'm like, if you said that now, like, would that put you on some hot water?
No,
or-
not necessarily, because sometimes it takes a long time for people to actually get their
Does it
citizenship.
depend on the year?
What do you mean? Like they recorded it?
No. I'm talking about like when they came in and when they were like, yeah, fuck it, they've been here this long, fuck it,
No, so
it doesn't matter.
My father-in-law, he just got his citizenship. I think it was this year, and he's been here since '79.
Wow.
Okay.
So like that's what I'm saying. It's sometimes. Huh?
He got here illegally initially?
Yeah, illegally, obviously.
Well, no, yeah, he was legally here and then just stayed here for that long.
But that's the point. Yeah, that's the point.
Is it all the same? Isn't it all the same?
Yeah, under Biden. Sliderman! Wait a minute.
So, all right, this is interesting. This is kind of going off topic. Sorry. But my dad just got a shed built, right? And this guy, he was doing it by himself. And I'm like, he has a fucking weird accent. And he has like, it's like Russian writing on his truck. And I'm like, this guy's from fucking Russia. Shit's going to go down. And so
I'm from Ukraine.
No, yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
So, yeah,
okay.
after he finished the thing in like 6 hours by himself. And this thing is not small. It's fucking huge.
Yeah.
He wasn't Russian.
It was the vodka.
No, he wasn't Russian.
He's Ukrainian.
He was Ukrainian.
Uh-huh.
And so what he did, I just found out, is he went to Mexico because you can't fly into here.
Oh.
He went to Mexico and then went through Mexico into here.
Okay.
And he did the same thing with his wife. I just found out too. I mean, I thought we were doing sanction for.
No, nothing against Ukraine. Ukraine.
No, they're refugees.
They're refugees
at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're under war.
Yeah,
It's just not the Russians.
What's the stipulation on that though?
Ukrainian.
Yeah, if
But
he shows,
do they get it like a free? Can they? So what? My question is, can they come here and work freely? Do they
all
get
they
like
have to do is get a visa to work, right?
as a refugee?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's all paperwork that they sign as soon as they get off.
Is that
the
our
fucking
work? We
ship,
had
right?
one
They
from
claim,
the Middle
when they
East
hit the
just
border.
recently.
When they hit the border, they have to claim. I forget what it's called. They make that claim.
It's a sanction.
No.
No.
Sanctions is when you
It's
fucking freeze bank accounts. and shit.
no.
Oh, all right. No, see, I get.
Domicile.
Domicile.
They claim domicile and hit
Yeah.
the border, and if you're like Haitian, Ukrainian, like they won't. We don't do it for every country.
Right. It's only ones that are like in actually
It's
like
whatever
turmoil
state
or whatever.
Yeah, it depends on what they've approved,
State
so to speak. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So
red
it's state
tape.
by state
You have to
too.
apply for it,
Yeah.
basically.
Well, I wonder why you didn't do that.
Well, certain states will apply and say, "Hey, we would like some," just because whether it's a lack of workers or whatever the case may be. Maybe they have an ability to support or whatever. it may
right.
be.
I mean, I get that, but that's
There's a bunch in Reno.
Yeah, there's a bunch of Reno.
well, that's what I'm saying. Why did he go through Mexico to not do
Well,
it through that one?
Entry, it
Yep.
doesn't matter, yeah.
Huh? That's interesting.
Probably just
All right,
easier
anyways,
that way.
of course.
Well, have you been to Mexico? So yeah,
I
it's nice over there.
Which
Quite a bit of
brings us
times,
back
actually.
full circle. You're going to Mexico.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's
Beautiful there.
dude. I swear, the Mexico he's at is not Mexico.
Yeah, it's
You want?
are
No,
saying it's a white Mexico?
No.
Good Mexican.
If I'd have known
Yeah.
better, I'd say this was El
Can-
Paso.
Cancun,
I've been in,
Cozumel.
I've been
Oh,
in
my God.
places where
Yeah.
like people like me don't travel,
Yeah. Yeah, you've been in the heart of it.
and they're
Yeah.
going, "Yeah, you gotta
Mazatlan.
watch out because their cartel literally
Yeah.
watching you
Yeah.
as soon as you
Yeah.
drove into the city." And I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No, I kind of stay away.
Should have
from
left the
those.
Lexus at home, you fucking.
Yeah, right. Yeah. While they're fucking driving around in UTVs, brand new UTVs. I love Mexico though. Mexico is great though.
Yeah, it is.
But you're going there for vacation, Chuck?
Yeah, we're going
Same,
there.
same place though, right?
Yeah, Cozumel.
So you've been there
You
before,
love
yeah?
that. You,
Yeah,
Are you going to
yeah.
travel anywhere else outside
yeah,
of that?
yeah. We're definitely gonna travel to Belize, Costa Rica,
Nice.
Turks and Caicos.
Yeah,
Got a lot of
buddy.
plans. So that's why
You going to hit Europe?
music, vacations. But I'm
Stay
not
here to
rich
play
yet.
music,
So
or-
so music, music. Yeah, yeah.
You know what you really need to do is look at some festivals that are in Europe. Because Prague,
Those are a lot of money.
well, not necessarily. You could.
No, to get your 5 band members over there, it's a lot of money.
I'm not talking about playing it,
Yeah.
Chuck. God damn it.
Well, see,
If you're traveling and you want to go see a good show, the festivals there are
Robert,
Like-
I'll tell you what. When you get to be my age, you've seen everyone known to man. That the last thing when I'm on vacation, I want to do is listen to music.
really. You don't listen
Yeah,
to music?
no. I want to just chill and just kind of just drink coffee on the beach and
listen
just,
to the waves.
Yeah, the waves crashing. Oh my God.
Me and you are not the same, Chuck.
Yeah,
I know we're not.
Well, shit, I just had that same experience. I was in Brookings or Gold Beach, Oregon, on the coast, and we didn't listen to music.
Was that like a 14-hour flight?
I don't know. It was a 9-hour drive, thanks to Honey. We don't take the Highway 1 ever again.
Oh, dude, you did not.
Yeah, we did. So,
it's good.
Scenic. It's scenic. But here's the problem.
This traffic is really scenic.
She's gonna fucking.
I think I've seen this SUV for 50 miles now.
I love it. She's in the next room, but I know she ain't gonna watch this one. But Honey, so she decided last year we went and we took the normal route, the quickest way. Right, you take 395 all the way up. Yeah. You hit the Highway 89. You go through all that stuff. You come up to, you go through Grants Pass and Medford and all that stuff. You come back
going through the woods.
Go through 101. You hit the Highway 1. You're right there, right? And there's just a tiny section of the 101 from Brookings to you hit about Grants Pass where it's just a little windy, right? Yeah. It's not really that bad. But when we left Brookings, we were driving that stretch, and she was like, "I'm, oh my God!" And I was like,
"Was it dark? It was dark out?
No, it was middle of the day.
Oh fuck!"
So she was like, "I
80
don't
miles
feel
an hour
good.
all the way here.
Oh, I wish I could do
through the
80
turns
through that, but no." But yeah, she was like, "I don't feel well. I don't feel good going through this." And she's like, "I don't want to do that ever again." And I was like, well, there's really only so many ways you can get there. You know what I mean? Like, there's only so many highways that go through the mountains.
Ryan, that's where you take over, buddy. Okay.
There's only so many roads.
You got to learn your battles, man.
I drove that section.
Yeah.
She didn't, but she still was like, "Oh, never again."
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know. Maybe.
It's like Aida, dude. She will not drive. So we drive to LA every year.
Yeah.
But as soon as we hit LA County, like, she's like, she pulls over.
Yeah.
You're taking over, and that's where I have fun because
it's a different animal down there.
I'll split. I'm going all over the place.
I-5.
It's a different animal there.
Yeah.
She's like, I can't do this.
Once you start dropping into LA,
Yeah. Yep.
What about drive? Do you and Terry split?
No, I drive.
You drive the whole way?
I prefer it. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Chuck.
Hey, if I was
no,
I agree. If it was my way, I'd fucking drive
Robert,
the whole way.
because especially like driving from so driving to Vegas or LA and you got that fucking flat desert where it's just a straightaway forever. Take over. I'm gonna fucking fall asleep all day long until I'm ready to get on the gas and start driving, like switching lanes all the time. Yeah, no,
I'm gonna do 95 through that bitch. Bye, Tona Paul.
No, because I've been Hawthorne's bad because you get pulled over nonstop through Hawthorne.
Well, this is another thing. So Terry likes to puff. So therefore, come on, I want to be. I want to be in charge of my own destiny.
No,
okay?
they're the best drivers. What do you mean? Okay, they're going to do the speed limit or 5 miles under the whole way there.
Oreos in one hand, you got a joint in the other hand.
It's the safest drivers.
Steering wheels on your knee.
Yeah.
You're trying to go in the air. It's like, no thanks. Chuck's all passed out in the back seat. Nope.
Yeah.
he's got the white knuckles.
Yeah, no.
Oh my God, watch out!
See, Chuck doesn't have that trust. You want to eat Oreos and puff on some fucking blunt? Yeah, go ahead. I'll be good.
It's easier for her just to take the passenger seat, play on her phone, whatever, and I'm
relax. I'll take care of it.
Just like these guys, I go, all they got to say is, where's the gig?
Yeah.
And then I do the rest.
I got it.
So perfect.
But usually it's like Scott driving or like you took Isaac.
Well, that's certain. You got to get the gear too, though. But in more life, just leave the gigs up to me. I'll schedule them all.
I know, that's why you're Pres.
Trips, all you got to do is worry about if you pack in enough clothes in there, honey, or how many shoes do you got.
And see, that's perfect for me.
That's all you got to do. I'll do the rest.
That's perfect. That's perfect. Just tell me where and when. I already told you this when we first started. I was like, just tell me where and when.
Yeah.
I'll be ready.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
So that's the same with my wife.
Yeah.
I prefer to be the driver of my own car.
Until you leave a brush in my car and then hell starts breaking loose.
No, see, my lady made the big mistake of going, well, look at the map. It goes straight up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, honey,
look at the fucking map.
Zoom in.
Yeah.
Zoom in on that Google Maps, honey.
Yeah.
Use maps.
Here, well, I
Going
once
by
I've been there,
intuition.
I can tell you how to get there again. I've done that, but
Right.
at the same time, she wanted to go all the way to Fort Bragg and go up the Highway 1 all the way up. And I'm like, from Fort
At least
Bragg?
you went from there instead of San Francisco up to 1.
That is true. But at the same time, I was like,
Dude.
I don't think you really understand just how windy this motherfucker is on the coast.
Yeah.
And it's
she
not.
fucking immediately regret. She literally was like about to cry. She was so pissed off. She was like, "Don't ever let me make that decision again." And
Well,
I'm
do
like,
you have an
"Ah."
unlimited time schedule? See, if you
No,
do,
yeah,
then it doesn't matter.
We had all
Well,
the
see
time in
that-
the world to be
yeah.
able to
It
go
doesn't
there,
matter
but-
for me. I'll still fucking try to get there as fast as
Well,
I
see,
can,
see,
dude. Like,
it's about the journey.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
it's not about the destination.
not if
Right,
you're
right.
driving. I'm trying to get there. I ain't looking at shit.
Which is funny
except the
because-
we got
fucking road.
load in at 1 o'clock.
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
We need to get
yeah,
there.
exactly.
But on the way back, we took the original way through the 101 back up
Yeah.
through Grants Pass.
Well, she was
and all
like, "This
that,
is
right?
nice."
Yeah.
And like,
I
yeah.
drove all the way till we hit Ashland, right at
Yeah.
the border nearby.
I love
and
Ashland.
she took over, and it was so fucking funny because she's like, "I just want to get home," and she fucking was doing 85, 95 all the way.
There
the
you go.
fuck there
Giddy
through
up.
McLeod
Giddy
and
up. Let's
Shasta
go.
and all that
Yeah.
shit. And I was like, "You just really want to
Yeah.
get home? All right." And I,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was
yeah.
fucking
You were
off
out.
and
Yeah,
on.
yeah,
The dogs in the center console just fucking.
yeah. Right.
It was a fun trip, but and that's something that I've thought about too, like with playing music and touring in a van, in trucks or whatever.
With
It's
how
like,
many guys? Yeah.
fuck, man,
It's tough.
Like
Yeah, yeah.
it's one thing with kids because the kids can be like.
It had to
you
have
know,
been
they-
more stressful for you.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Not
you
for
can,
me.
Yeah. No shit.
I didn't
because
plan
like, we can
anything.
entertain. The kids can entertain themselves.
Yeah.
They sleep.
Well, it
It's
depends
easy
on
for
the
them to fall
age of the
asleep. They can
kids,
fall
dude.
asleep in the fucking dirt if they wanted
Dude, not
to.
my kid.
Yeah.
The fuck you talking about? Dude, my kid's like, I want a fucking cot and like, I
Well,
want, comfy.
blame
Down
Dad.
pillow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just give him the cut.
Hey son,
yeah,
I got
we'll
a
sleep
free
on the
fold-out
floor.
table. Here you go. Enjoy. That's your heritage.
He was good when he was younger, and now he's talking. Yeah, shit's over with. I gotta fucking tranquilize him to fucking get him somewhere.
He's 3.
He's 3, yeah.
When he was younger, too. Now that he's talking, game over.
Yeah, game
Yeah.
over.
He's
Shit.
so old now.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
He
Mike.
is.
Do you have kids, Chuck?
No, I don't.
You don't?
No.
Okay. Well, good for you.
You know what the funny thing with me is that I was never responsible enough to have kids,
Uh-huh.
and then by the time I became responsible, so to speak, it wasn't in the cards.
No.
You
no.
did.
The wife already had one.
You had a
Yeah.
kid.
The wife already had
I was
one.
like, you had a kid.
Are you good? I'm good. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
perfect. That's
Totally
great.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then
You married into it. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
when,
yeah.
when that shit happened.
Yeah,
you
she had a
you
kid
still
that was
had-
5 years old when I met her.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so yeah.
So now that kid's into their 20s,
No, well,
30s?
tragically she passed.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
so sorry to hear.
At 26.
That's the hardest
cancer.
thing.
That's
Yeah.
hard.
That's the
man.
hardest thing.
You
So
know?
yeah, that was a tough one. So now we have 2 cats.
Yeah.
Well, even fur
Yeah.
babies make good kids. Cause
Yeah.
most of
Except
them don't
cats.
talk.
Get rid of those fucking things.
No,
They just
love
do their
them.
own fucking
Christ.
thing, man.
Love
It's funny because like me and the lady we talked about.
They don't text you at
No,
night and
they
shit.
don't. Yeah.
Get to practice, blah blah blah, and blah blah blah.
His cat looks like Captain Ron, dude. It only has one eye. That shit's fucking.
Well, that's by
Put a
design.
patch on that
It's
fucking
kinda
thing,
by
dude.
design.
I know.
You know that?
You should put a patch on him first.
My little brother. I don't know if you've ever met him.
James.
James. Yeah, he only
You
had
met
one eye.
James.
He,
Have I?
Yeah,
You
he
had to
played.
met
He
James.
played Devastation last year.
One eye.
He has a
He
band
might have
called.
had glasses on.
He had a band called Rage of War. He
Rage of
actually
War.
was the first
Okay.
singer for From the Ruins.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
But he shot his eye out when he was 3 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's so funny 'cause He shot his eye out at 3 years old, and literally, peripheral vision. He's driving down in his ride and shit. He's videotaping and shit, and he's only got one eye, so he's not watching.
Yeah.
He's
What are you doing with the
videoing.
other eye?
Yeah, what are you doing with the other eye?
He's pulling a Captain Ron in here.
So literally, you become like extrasensory because he's only got one eye.
Wow.
So we went to the SPCA. We looked at him and goes, look at that guy, that stupid ass cat, man. He's got one fucking eye.
Perfect.
So, perfect, yeah.
We'll take
Wasn't
that
thinking
one. It
about
doesn't
brother,
matter
yeah.
how much
Might
it
as
costs.
well.
I'm getting it.
Nobody wants him,
Yeah.
so he's coming with us.
There you go.
Well, there's this buddy. He needs to come too. It's like, all right, just fucking throw him in there. We're good.
Package deal? Fuck,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
I like James. James is a cool guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's a good musician.
Yeah, he's a great
good.
musician. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't say that I have met
Okay.
him formally, at least off the top of my head. I don't
Oh, you
if
would
I
know
have.
if
He's
you
in
did.
the Bay Area.
You would definitely know if he did.
I don't
Yeah.
know if I have.
Yeah.
But,
Cool guy.
yeah.
Musical family, so to speak.
Yeah, the musical family.
Yeah, that's kind of like
Because that's always
know.
growing, isn't it?
Yeah, well, you do that too. Like, so you have
my
people,
mom played, my dad played,
Yeah.
in their incarnations of
Ooh,
the stuff
yeah.
that they liked.
Where was the starting
stuff.
of your musical? Like, what was the first instrument that you kind of like picked up and was like
A
did you-
guitar.
was it?
Yeah,
Guitar,
like
first and foremost.
Yeah, 8, 9 years old.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you pick up anything else?
Nope.
That was it, huh?
Nope. Rolling papers.
All right, yeah.
That was soon after that.
I was playing music.
I can still roll them now.
It's a toothpick.
That's a large toothpick. Quarter ounce. Holy shit.
Hope your dick bigger than the toothpick.
Hope your dick's bigger than this, man.
Yeah, so that's where it kind of fell off, you know.
Yeah.
Brother James is playing with his own band. He's a great drummer. He's a great guitar player, vocalist as well.
Yeah, he does everything.
So yeah, it's pretty cool.
So you kind of just you were saying you used to pick up on his guitar and strum on it and all that good stuff.
Well, no, this was my older brother.
Oh, okay,
yeah, I have an older brother where I got into all that stuff.
Did I meet him?
Yeah, Dale.
Dale, yeah.
Yeah, he came to Whiskey.
He came to the
Whiskey.
He came to the Whiskey, and then
came
he also came to
the
here.
Boardwalk.
Yeah, the Boardwalk.
Yeah,
well.
came to a bunch of shows and stuff. So he played, and so then
He's
goes,
not playing anymore, is he?
No, he hasn't
still
played
lives
in a long
in Cali
time.
then?
Yeah, he lives in L.A.
Yeah.
Yeah, lives in San Diego.
Damn, he came down to the Boardwalk too.
Yeah. Remember that was my birthday show.
Yep, that was. Yeah, yours and
we brought him up on stage.
Navajan's
four brothers.
guitar player.
Yes, 4 brothers. Gary Tarpley.
Gary. Yeah.
So we bring him up. And my other brother, James, he's a musician, so he's singing. We're doing Rothschild and stuff like that. Yeah. My other brother, who I stole the guitar from 40 years ago, he's up there. He's petrified.
Yeah.
He's just standing there. He's
remember that.
Not even looking around.
I remember that,
because he was so like, oh, my God, what am I doing up here?
Yeah.
So I was like, if I would have known that, I would have never brought you up on stage and shit,
Yeah.
And, well, if I would have been playing bass or something like that, I could have did it, man. But I just froze.
I was
for the whole song.
That was the show that Scott talks about, where I sat in the truck the whole time in a trench coat and fucking the heater blasting, and it was like 80 degrees. I think I was sick when I came over.
Okay, it was January 11th of 2020.
Yeah, but it was
right before COVID came to town. That was the last show we did.
It was still warm, and for some reason, when we got there, I was freezing. So I stayed in the truck with the heater blasting with my coat. I had a coat and a sweater on. Yeah. And I'm sitting in the front seat, and Scott's like, "What the fuck are you doing, dude? Yeah. It's like a sauna in here."
Well, that was your normal routine anyway, though.
I know. I always stay in the truck.
You never
creepy fuck, huh?
participate because maybe you're thinking about your set or something like that.
Well, it's usually the music.
And then usually coming out. So
don't make excuses for him. He's just fucking weird.
No, it's the introvert. See, and I talked to you guys about the introvert. Mike's like, "You're not introverted." I'm like,
not anymore. He's not. Thanks to the podcast.
Exactly.
Thank you to this podcast.
We talked about this today, actually. Where he was like, "Yeah, with this podcast, you don't
bringing you out of your shell."
I'm like, "Yeah, it's definitely bringing me out of my comfort zone." I still fucking hate the sound of my voice.
And so the funny thing about that was we played January 11th of 2020. We didn't play another show until July 26th of 2021, which was Devastation.
Yeah.
18 months later, we played our first show again.
Yeah, but see,
it's like, holy fuck.
I never stopped playing. There was
you did, because you guys played all those back. You guys got together with Ryan. You guys did all that stuff.
I think that's when we got with Ryan.
You guys played
playing, but you weren't exactly practicing the songs with me per se.
Yeah.
No.
You and Scott kind of would mess around with them here.
No, you guys were playing the
Portal.
Yeah,
the
we Portal the whole time, every week and stuff.
It was like every fucking weekend while we were there.
Yeah.
Shit, yeah. But
isn't that where you almost got divorced, right?
Wait, there might have been. Was it that? Yeah, it had to have been that one, and probably some other ones too as well. I think there was a couple times I was here and I almost got divorced.
Yeah. Yeah, when you were a little incapacitated after the podcast.
Yeah, I was like, "Babe, I can't make it home. I'm sorry."
Yeah, what was it? It was with Jimmy and
just go snuggle up with Brian. I'll pick you up in the morning.
Johnny. Yeah.
Oh yeah, damn, god damn.
That was a rough one too.
Yeah.
There's like we drank damn near a whole bottle that night.
Yeah, there's been some times.
So the last 3 years has been, it's been really different. So we hooked up with No Life Till Metal Records out of Arizona.
Yeah.
They put out our CD. They shipped it around. They promoted a lot of stuff.
I have the Christmas compilation.
And they put us on a bunch of compilations and all that shit there. So we really haven't been able to do anything with them either, you know what I mean? So, but they understand, so they're thinking, well, we're ready to do the next one. I'm thinking, well, okay, well, I guess we're gonna have to get busy.
Yeah.
Well, they're looking for a new album, and they're so anytime you get something like that, they don't want the same.
No.
thing.
Yeah. So so that's the
bring out the next album.
That's the encouragement.
Right.
Yeah.
Is they go, well, wait, we want to work with you guys again.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you do? Okay.
Sweet.
Well, yeah.
Well, you guys had a pretty decent reach because you also had that one gentleman that was learning your guys' songs in Brazil? Was it Brazil?
No.
The dude was from Brazil, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but the guy that was Trent and Josh.
Oh, that was Trent and
Yeah,
Josh.
it was.
Okay, but you guys had
We
someone
had
from
the
Mexico
we had
show
the
up.
no, we had the review from we had that review that came from I think it was France.
Yeah, we had a lot of reviews.
Yeah,
No,
but it
but-
was we couldn't read it.
No, we
remember?
were-
Oh yeah, there's a lot of those.
No,
Yeah.
it was,
And that was because of No Life Till Metal.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah, because
When they
pushed
put all
us
those
out there.
promos out,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and the video, in the reviews came in from
Yeah.
all over everywhere. It's like, holy crap!
yeah.
Yeah.
Does
But no,
anybody know interpretation? If it's good, let us know. If it's
Right,
shit,
right.
you say it was good. Yeah,
Yeah,
No, but
we
we were at Scott's house for practice one day, and a gal actually from Mexico was up there. Remembering you guys were signing a CD for her because she had herded you guys and was like, I love From the Ruins and all this stuff. And I came
that's
up
right.
here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
That's right.
And
She
I
was at
like,
one of the
that's
shows.
fucking
Okay.
awesome.
But she was
Yeah.
in Mexico. There.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
that's
She had
right.
came up here just to see you guys because you guys were about to play a show at the VSB.
Yep.
And I can't remember what show it was at the time.
I can't either.
This was.
That might have been Devastation, though.
It
too.
might have been.
It might have been the second Devastation.
It might have been. But yeah, she was up here, and I was like, "That's fucking rad."
Yeah, that was
it
cool.
is.
To have that kind of reach
Yeah.
and have that like,
I don't know if you knew about that, actually.
yeah, no,
I
I don't think
I
you
don't
weren't
think I heard
there
about
for that
that.
for
Yeah.
sure. Because I remember showing up to Scott's house for practice, and Mark was like, "There's some chick here from Mexico." Look at talking about From the Ruins. I guess she knows.
We
about
owe
the
30
music. And I'm
pesos.
like, shut
Oh
the
yeah, well she wasn't. Oh, that's right. I remember. So she wasn't actually there for From the Ruins. She showed up randomly for some. It's Scott's house,
Right. Well, yeah.
and so there's always random people that show up all the time.
Yeah.
And Scott's, very, come in.
Yeah,
Let's-
come on in.
Let's
Yeah.
have a
Entertaining.
Like
shot.
the solar panel
Yeah,
guy.
he's like having
Entertaining.
dude, that guy was. I think he lost his job.
Yeah, I think he might have.
He might have. But
He's vice president still. Yeah, he's good.
yeah,
he still
but
has his
he
title.
brought this
Yep.
this lady in, and she, I think Scott was talking about it. He's like, yeah, I'm from this band From the Ruins, and she's like, you're from the Ruins?
Mm-hmm.
She was like, no, you're not. And he's like, yeah. Look, here's the photos, and
Yeah.
and she was like, are you can I get an autograph? And so that's how it happened.
okay.
I think she was.
Oh.
It was
And
just
she
random
goes,
by chance.
"Oh, by the way, is that couch?"
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, can I get another autograph?
I don't have a
Because I
hotel.
got to take a shower too.
I don't have, I don't have
May I
a
sleep
hotel.
on your couch?
Yeah, can I get another autograph? Because I want it.
By the way, do you need solar panels?
Your songs are great. Can I leave here?
You know what's funny about that? The solar panel company
Yeah.
sent somebody else the other day when I was over.
Really? You're all, uh-oh.
It's
Scott's got a new drinking buddy.
I'm like, Scott, there's somebody, I don't know who it is. I'm like, I'm not going to answer it. So Scott answers and she's like, yeah, we know you were interested in some solar panels. And he's like, nope.
No thanks.
Not anymore.
Not after that guy.
Not anymore. She's like, oh, okay. All right, bye.
Yeah.
I got an electric car now. I don't
Yeah.
need solar panels.
No, Scott has a way. And we were having our practice
Guy's like
there
a
that
fucking
night.
tractor beam,
And the guy we didn't know. He was like, oh, yeah. I forgot I scheduled an appointment for a guy to come over and check, do solar panels.
I did one of
That
those
guy,
too.
he brought his wife
Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah, no, he showed up to the house and he was doing his job.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
And he
Yeah.
was like, yeah, I'm here to give you a quote.
Yeah.
And he's outside and he's looking at the roof and he's like, oh, the sun, where's the land? He's like, oh, fuck, well.
Until he
well,
got a couple
this is how this
shots
was
in him, and
working.
then it
We were
was fucking over.
And
from
we
there.
were upstairs. We were done with practice and we were like, hey, man, you want a shot? And he's like, no, I don't drink on the job, but fuck it, if you're offering.
Yeah.
And then it just
It was
turned into
over
two,
from
turned
that
into three,
moment.
What
turned
about
into
that
five.
couch?
Oh, fuck.
No,
And he
because
was
Can I
he's
like-
sleep on the couch?
Dude, he
he's
brought his
turning
wife.
red. He's sweating his
He
ass off.
brought his wife and everything. He almost brought his
No,
kid
yeah.
over, and I was like, holy
Yeah,
shit.
they were like, yeah, we'll come back. Yeah.
I was like,
They
Scott, you
invited him
literally
over.
just met this guy like 2
With
hours
solar.
ago. Like,
We're gonna bring solar. Yeah. Okay.
Came over to
Well,
party.
hey, it's hard times. You got to do what you got to do. You know, you gotta
Scott
do-
was just throwing him along too. Yeah, well, all right, yeah, that
Yeah,
sounds
yeah, yeah,
good.
yeah. Come party with us.
yeah,
and
give
I'll
me the
make that
quote.
sound.
Here, take this shot real quick.
Hey, and then wait, Scott goes, "You have a band?
Yeah.
Can I join it?
Do you play
Come-
music?
You're in."
I think he said he was in a hip hop
Yeah,
group.
he said he was in a hip hop group or something. He's like, I know sound.
Let's see. I have 2:30 in the morning open on Wednesday. Are you good? Yep. Let's do it.
I'll be up.
Sorry, Scott.
Dude, if anytime we need a roadie, I guarantee it's going to be like Billy Madison. Or no, it's going to be like Happy Gilmore, where he's like, I don't have a caddy. And then he just goes, grabs a homeless guy out the front and just poses.
Yeah,
Here's the clubs.
Yep, here you go. Oh, man.
So back to seriousness here. Devastation 2023.
I was going to say, you're going to have to be planning that.
Possibly be working on something big.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Like real big?
Yeah.
Just kind of go full bore.
Well, we've been talking about it for a couple years now.
Yeah.
We had a huge band, 95% confirmed.
Uh-huh.
And
for this year? Or?
Yeah, for 2022.
Yeah.
It was just right in there. The contract was almost signed.
Yeah.
And then they fell out. So
you're gonna keep that under
you
wraps,
didn't have
aren't
that. You didn't have the brown M&Ms, didn't you?
Yeah.
That's what happened.
They never played Reno before, and it was a thrash band, and it was.
Is it from
good.
the States?
Yeah. Huh?
Who was it?
I can't say that because they might come next year.
Okay, yeah, don't say it. Then.
Yeah. If we do have one.
How about
if we do have one
script?
next year?
We'll do that off script.
Yeah.
Okay.
We
Off
I mean,
the
even this year though, it was great. Like the Iron Maiden tribute band.
Yeah.
Oh,
those guys, I didn't even. They had Eddie come out, and I was like, dude,
4 different kinds.
And not only
that's awesome.
I saw that guy without that fucking helmet, what he had on.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, he was literally that fucking tall. I was like, this guy's wearing stilts.
No
nope.
shit.
Yeah.
He was that fucking tall.
Big dude,
Yeah.
They came down from Portland.
Really?
Portland.
Yeah.
Okay.
When you do the math for paying for wearing multiple hats and bringing in talent from all over the West Coast, shit starts adding up quick.
Yeah, it does.
Right.
And you got to think, my heart goes out to all these guys that, gas is 4 times as much as it was last year, year before and shit. So people got to have rooms, they got to have food and shit. So you start adding up your roster. And pretty soon you go like, well, shit, man, come on, Reno, let's support. Let's bring this in here, man.
That's why
I don't want to show you financials, but come on, man, let's support this shit.
That's why we appreciate people, especially promoters like you and Josh, because first of all, you guys are musicians, and then you guys do put on these amazing shows that I don't think people really appreciate.
Yeah,
and I think they need to appreciate it a little bit more.
Because it's one of those cities where we need more exposure. Yeah. And if the community's not doing it, then nobody will.
Yeah, I want to get people coming in from Sacramento or San
Yes,
Francisco going, I want to go to this show.
It needs to be a major stop. You know what I mean? And we got all the people bleeding over from California already coming over here now.
Right. Yeah.
So this needs to be on everybody's tour itinerary.
Right. No shit.
That's what it has here. And how do we do that? By filling the seats.
Yeah. Yep.
Bringing people in, pushing tickets.
Right.
Over and over. This is what we got to do. So I wish I was as young as Josh. I wish I was young as you guys, but I'm not. So therefore, in with all that, it just gets tiring, pushing.
Plays a factor.
Well, this is a great platform to push. What would you like to see? The masses out there to do, like promoting, pushing the show.
Well, attending show. You know what? And we're getting back to harder versus 80s stuff and shit like that. So you see a lot of the harder stuff, they all stick together, and then you got the older people playing with the Slayer, Metallica bullshit and stuff like that. Those people. But you don't get a lot of them coinciding together. So with Devastation, sure, it's primarily in on thrash, but there's death in there as well. It's harder because I know that
Purification
you got
to
you got to Condemned played 2 times.
Condemned
it's all about
and he also
creating,
hosted.
You got to have a host of all kinds of bullshit
right.
getting in there, power metal or whatever, death metal, thrash, all that shit in there, and everybody's got to kind of support it. You know what I mean?
Right.
It might not be your favorite thing, but come on, your band's on next. So come on, then your band is on here. Come on. Look at Ex Mortis, man. Those guys are just setting the bar, man. It's just like, holy shit. Now, are these guys thrash or are they death? Holy shit, these guys. Right. Conan is on another level. If you ever watched him,
I'll have to. I'll have to.
Yeah. No. Okay. I remember they played the Alley probably like about 10 years ago. Me and Chris Portugal were like the only 2 guys watching them right next to the stage, and they played to like there was 1,000.
No shit.
They killing it, man. And so they played the last couple of Devastation. Those guys are on fire, man.
Yeah.
They're good shit. Hatred's death metal. You know?
Yeah.
Claustrophobia is heavy.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah.
So you want to see more of a collaboration of
Yeah,
everybody,
you know,
not just the death metal with the death metal, the hardcore with the hardcore, kind of mix it up. But
you ever talk to Josh and collaborate with him?
Yeah, we always do.
Yeah.
Okay, because he talks about the same thing as well. Yeah. So it's interesting that you actually bring it up too.
Yeah, because he does with the Spring Meltdown. There's a wide.
Well,
we played that.
We played Spring Meltdown a couple times.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it. Because the hard part too is like with a community like this, you know, you want to keep putting on music for the masses, for the people, for the genres, right? You know, whether you're a promoter of just metal bands or you're just a promoter for a venue, you're constantly trying to bring in talent. You're trying to create
then
shows.
You're an agent. Yeah.
Yes, right. And so the hard part is, how often can you put on a show before it's like, look, I can't be at every fucking show you guys are putting on.
That's a great point.
And that's also something that I think plays a huge part, because I hear about a show like 2 or 3 every week. And I'm like, man, as much as I'd love to go see all of these, I just don't have the time. I don't,
I was never good at that too.
And that's kind of the hard part. And it's like, internally I feel bad not being able to say that I saw you and I supported. But I support what you're doing.
Well, but see, that's where I'm trying to get better too. Is so what if I see that like those type of shows where I'm like, I'm not going to be there. I can't be there, unfortunately. But I'm going to try to push that as much as possible.
Yeah, and so
I'm going to get that out there, because the people that so Facebook is usually where we post.
Right.
So they might not have the same friends that they have. So if I post it might get somebody else who's like, oh, I might be interested in checking that out
tonight. Sure.
Right. So let's go check this out.
Right.
So that's I'm trying to get a little bit better, because seriously, I'm the fucking worst at promoting stuff
or sharing his own band shows.
Yeah. No, I'm really bad. I'm really bad at it. I'm trying to get better.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to get better.
Yeah.
Well, and it's
because
still,
I see the benefit.
Well, you got to know the fight in the dog.
I've seen the benefit, especially doing this podcast and where we had people like you and Josh on here, where it's like, you guys put in a lot of fucking work.
Well, I got to understand too, though, that I got to realize that if Reyome Entertainment Productions has 12 shows a year, once a month, that's pretty watered down.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, if you do 6, or 4,
how much?
That's why Devastation's once a year.
Right.
It's because you want people. It's got to be special.
I like that.
If you have one a week,
I think you should keep
one every 2 weeks, then there's nothing special about that.
I know.
In my eyes, you can have the best talent in the world, but you got to remember.
Then it turns into the music series.
Well, what happens is then you got to pick. Let's see. Am I going to go to, for instance, In Flames on October 4th? Or am I going to go see the Bay Area Strikes Back at Cargo on the 14th? Now, can I go to both of them, or am I going to have to pick? Well, in this case, you're going to have to, am I going to VSB or am I going to Cargo?
Well, there's those
Testament, Death Angel, and Exodus, or In Flames and whoever's playing with them, Way to the Tide.
Yeah.
So you get all those,
man.
There's a lot of, you got to make a decision.
Yeah. Well, there's those diehards though too. Like Chris Peak is one of those guys who'd fucking buy every single fucking.
Yeah, but there needs to be 100 of those.
Yeah, I know.
If there's only random people like Sean Johnson, Chris Peaks, and only a few of them that attend them all.
Yeah.
But you need way more than that to support them coming through town.
Yeah.
Hey man, here's $10. That didn't fucking cut it.
Right.
Come on, man. Yeah. I came out of pocket for Devastation. Why? Because it's respect and it's knowing that, hey, your time. Thank you for traveling to our city, coming through here, going through that.
Yeah.
It's a no-brainer for me.
Right.
And we've also had the talk about, a 21 and up and an all ages show too.
Yeah.
Because I think. When you open it up too for an all ages show, you give an opportunity for a younger generation that is interested in the music, but just can't go see these local bands. Because I know, growing up as a kid, there were numerous local bands that I could have seen, like 7 Seconds. I could have seen them.
I know, yep.
But I never got the chance because I was too young to go see shows like that at those venues that they were playing at. And it wasn't until I was well after 21 that I was finally seeing local bands and I was finally in the scene of playing with bands that I was like, holy shit, I didn't know you guys have been around this long. And I remember seeing Dark Carnival for the first time going, what?
I know.
And then soon after they split up, and it was like, fuck, you know. And it was like, how? If I had been able to know about these guys sooner, I could have been able to support.
Yeah.
And I think that also has to play a part. It has to.
The venues aren't there though.
No, and that's part of it.
Well,
too.
another thing too, though, this is a casino town.
Exactly.
It's drinking age.
Yes.
No,
so
it isn't.
therefore,
Have you seen Harris? Fuck.
Well, there are some venues like the Harris. The Harris has done free shows, and I've seen the Authority Zero. I've seen Lit. I saw them free. You know what I mean?
Outdoors at Harris?
The outdoors for free show.
Oh yeah,
right there on Virginia Street.
Yep.
You know, and I was like,
right by the sign.
That's a great idea, and there was a huge crowd. It was so fun.
Yeah.
And you know, it's like those shows, and I remember those.
I wonder
so
if we
much
could
more.
still use that stage. That'd be fucking
No,
awesome. That would be cool.
no, that thing is
the
all
Harris
closed.
is gone.
Harris is closed.
Harris
I know
shut
it is.
down,
Across from the VSP.
I know it is,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that'd be a great devastation in the desert. See, look at the fucking.
right there in the middle of.
I don't know.
downtown,
VSB for
on
me
the
is
street.
catered to everything that I
It's
need.
right there
so
too.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
right
yeah.
across the street.
Yeah,
It's
So,
lock,
I mean,
stock, and barrel.
yeah.
You know.
Video wall in the background. You know.
Yeah,
Oh
you got-
yeah, the outdoor arena
Video
for the
walls.
Nugget or whatever.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
we'll let's get all our bands together and play that. Yeah.
Well,
Dude,
why
that
not?
would be
I mean,
fucking cool if we could
if
do a
we
whole
could-
festival there.
Dude,
Yeah.
honestly,
Yeah.
I mean, you have to think though. But
Who's
you have to
booking? I
fill
don't-
those seats.
Yeah.
I don't
and
even know
that's,
who's
that's where the
booking that,
venue
though.
looks at.
It's 8,500.
That's a
For the
Yeah.
for the
venue.
really for the night.
Yeah.
No, 8,500 is the capacity.
For the
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's way more than
I was
8,500. I would
No,
say.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
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 that's the
Especially-
toilet paper. Bro.
Yeah,
what are you
pretty
talking
much.
about?
Yeah. But
That's not even the insurance deposit.
Yeah.
but it's things like that that play a huge role in growing anything. You know, is the exposure you're able to get.
and the
and-
participation.
Participation is a huge thing.
It's
It's the biggest thing.
Because you could have the Chris Peaks all day long.
Yeah.
And that's great to know that you have somebody that supports the shit out of
James.
everything that's coming out of this fucking
Yeah.
town. Yes.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's great. And every band can appreciate those kind of people.
Yeah.
But ultimately, it's not until you get out of here and you play something bigger or a
Yeah.
bigger town in general, where you would think it's a dive bar, but you end up playing to like 80 people.
Yeah.
And you're like, holy shit. It's
I
'cause
love
I
those
played in
type of
Sacramento.
venues,
I
though.
played
Yeah, I
in
know, I love those
Salt Lake City. It's
Yeah.
like, if it wasn't for the amount of people there, wouldn't have had that opportunity, because Reno is still that small town.
Yeah.
And it's so fucking diverse for how small it is too.
Yeah.
You know, because you have this split. You could have every fucking metalhead in Reno support the shit out of your band, but yet it's not enough to make a dent in what's
Yeah.
gonna make you be able to go to that next level.
Yeah.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
And that's where, you know, the community. It's not the community.
But if you're looking for that,
at
you're not
that
going to
level,
get that here
you know.
anyway. You have to
No,
venture
besides
out
you don't
anyway.
want to break out of your own town anyway.
Right.
Exactly.
And get all over. So
Yeah, you're
Right.
not going
For
to do
instance,
that.
we played everywhere from
Seattle,
LA to Seattle,
Seattle.
on everywhere in between,
Vegas.
every city in between.
And
there, you know,
that's
so
what I
that's
wanted
the
to
whole
get
deal.
to, because
Yeah.
you guys have played
Yeah.
these big
Yeah, we
cities, and
played
you've been
all
out of
Oregon.
here.
We
all
did
those.
Oregon.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
The
did Portland.
PDX.
Yeah.
And it makes a world
Seattle,
of difference too, because you
Vegas,
get a chance
LA,
to
yeah.
expose to people who've
Yeah.
never heard you
Oh, yeah.
before, and make that impression on them, and be like, "Fuck, these guys
Yeah.
are from Reno, damn!"
Yeah.
Right? And it's like, "Oh, now my mind's open. Now
Yeah.
I'm a fan, or now I really love that show." Or even if it's just like, "I fucking love that show," even
Yeah.
if you're like, "I don't know what they're doing, but I fucking love that
Yeah.
show."
Yeah.
You know?
It's in the water.
Yeah, exactly. At least.
It was great because like every stop we had, I knew somebody who moved there, so I would just hit them up and they'd be like,
Yeah.
"I'm like, come to this show." I had somebody at every one of the shows. I'm like, it was perfect.
So you're a whore, is what you're saying.
I am. I'm a slut.
Community service.
Yeah, community service.
You don't get paid for this shit.
Paid? What's that?
Yeah, exactly. But, you know, and so with your influences, I mean, what would you say would be your top influences?
As far as
Are we doing Mount Rushmore?
I think we should.
I think we should too. So Mount Rushmore.
What's
We're
your
gonna do
Mount Rushmore?
Mount Rushmore?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean of musicians?
What's
top
your top
or
four?
bands?
Both. You could do a combination. If you feel like, hey, this band in general made it for me, or if you want to say, nah, that one person for
Just
that band
one
made it
person.
for me.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot. Is
I
there
know,
there
it's-
four heads up there? Am I saying
Yeah,
that
there's
right?
4 heads.
Yeah, it's up there. Yeah.
Yeah,
wow.
Guado's not in there.
Oh.
Obama, Trump.
Gotta put Clinton over there.
Clinton, cigar.
And Taft.
Taft.
Is that George Taft?
Yeah.
I was going to go Nixon, but
General
all right.
Taft? Yeah, okay.
President Taft died in a bathtub.
Slayer's up there.
Yeah,
Slayer's up there for me.
Slayer.
Yeah.
They're great.
They came out when we came out. You know,
they're
like 81, 82.
They're a great.
You know, from LA, we all played the same little shitholes.
Yeah, they're
you
a
know?
great influence of heavy.
Jeff
and
Hanneman
old
and
school.
his
Jeff Hanneman,
his
dude.
diminished chording and shit, his demonic little stuff. You know, and I'm not saying the lyrics. I'm saying just the style of shit that he has.
The lyrics
it does it for me.
too,
I love the lyrics too.
The
Yeah,
lyrics are great.
but just the demented music that's in there that does it for me.
Creativity of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Zeppelin was up there for me,
Yeah.
you know, for being an older guy.
Was it
you know?
Page? Was it Page?
Well, no, it was just the whole thing.
The whole, collectively, it was.
Yeah, it was the whole thing.
Yeah.
Obviously,
It
early
was
Metallica.
the Jet.
And Metallica's got to be up there,
Metallica.
you know, for me. Chris Oliva, Sabotage. He's another guy that's up there for me. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sabotage, huh?
Have you ever heard of him?
No.
Hall the Mountain King?
Uh-uh.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they're great.
That's the first time here.
He got killed by a drunk driver in '93 at like about 30 years old. Yeah,
Wow.
it was a great band.
No shit.
In the influence that he had, the band was just amazing. So yeah, a lot of those ones. Yeah.
I'm glad to hear Zeppelin up there
Yeah,
for somebody finally. Huh, Mike?
Zeppelin's not been.
Well, you know,
We've heard
Zeppelin's in the
before.
fucking top.
No, we've heard
top
Zeppelin.
5, man. It has to be in the top
We've
5
heard
of all
Zeppelin.
time.
We should do a collective of what's the.
Nobody has said Zeppelin on their fucking
Yes,
Mount Rushmore.
we have.
Nobody has
Yeah.
said Zeppelin
Okay.
on their Mount Rushmore till
What?
now.
Mike, you don't fucking know.
Well, of course, I gotta.
Says the guy who doesn't watch the video.
Dude, you don't watch any fucking videos.
Ever to watch himself.
I'll profess that I'm probably the oldest guy you've ever had on your podcast.
No.
I would say so.
No.
So therefore, that would be my high
I think
school.
is Tim older than you?
Oh,
No.
fuck no, man.
No way.
Tim's like 56.
Jeff?
or
Oh, Jeff.
53.
We already talked about
Yeah,
that.
no.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ron's young.
You hold the crown.
Yeah, I know. So for me, you know, it was Deep Purple and Led Zeppelin and
But that's all the stuff
Alice
I grew
Cooper
up
and
with
shit.
too. Yeah,
Yeah.
Alice Cooper.
Well, no, I grew up in that when they were out, when they
Yeah.
were, you know.
Yeah.
So when they were just hitting, that was heavy back then.
Yeah, right.
And then Judas Priest is like, holy shit, and Rush,
Yeah.
early Rush is like, wow, man, that shit's like fucking
Right.
wow.
yeah.
Well, and you know, talking about and something that's always kind of, you know, I've thought about a lot because you mentioned, you know, a lot of artists have talked about, you know, whether it's better to be in the studio or better to be out on stage, and
Yeah.
you've said on stage. Who would you say is your favorite showman?
Wow.
Who's your favorite person you've
Yeah.
seen play live that just was like, man, if I could play
Nailed
live
it.
like that?
Yeah. Yeah. Wow, that's a
Dude, that's a tough one for me.
yeah, it is.
We asked the hard-hitting questions.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's yeah.
Because you brought up Alice Cooper, and dude, that guy.
Yeah.
Fucking.
That's great.
Just everything he puts
Yeah.
on the stage is
Mhm.
fucking great. But he's not really playing anything though. Are you talking about playing?
Well, no,
like
you
an
don't have to
instrument?
play. I don't consider
So Showman
a
is
vocalist
like,
less of a musician than
Right.
anybody else.
No, absolutely.
Just because he needs to play something.
Right.
No, I wouldn't say anything like that. So yeah.
I do. Fuck right.
Okay, well, sure. Yeah, I don't. That's their own craft, you know what I mean? Sure, they got to roll up their mic when they
Right,
leave, you know what I mean?
right.
That's it, you know?
Yeah.
Wait, slip it in the case. Okay, I'm loaded out.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Ryan doesn't do that, by the way.
yeah.
Think about people like Manson.
Yeah.
Think about what that guy puts into his show as a vocalist. Although all he does is
Yeah,
hold
but there's a
fucking
younger
mic.
there's a younger Manson, and then there's an
Wow.
older
It did-
Manson.
okay, but still, that's
Yeah,
still
but so
a
his
huge
earlier
show.
dude, his earlier shows were fucking.
Hey, if you were to ask me that question, that answer would be Bowie.
Bowie. Did you
Growing
ever
up,
see You saw Bowie?
I never saw Bowie.
I never
live,
saw him either.
But I will tell you this: my mom is obsessed with Bowie, and I never really understood why. Because I didn't grow up listening to a lot of Bowie, and I just remember her going, I want a record player so bad so I could play my Bowie records. And I'm like, Bowie, man. And I was like, yeah, I know of David Bowie. But
Yeah,
then
I'm still not
I started watching stuff from this guy just strictly off YouTube. and just watching these old shows that you do, and
Labyrinth.
it blew my fucking mind.
That's the movie that he's in.
The amount of time this guy spent on preparing for a show, no matter where it was. I don't give a fuck if it was Cleveland. I don't care if it was L.A. It could have been in the middle of fucking Iowa. That guy was preparing for a fucking theatrical experience. And it's like, if I could go back to that time, I would love to see Bowie perform.
Yeah, see, but Michael Jackson was on that same level.
But that's another example. That's
I would have
another
loved
guy
to
that
see
was all
Michael
about
Jackson,
the show.
dude.
Pink Floyd.
I've seen Pink Floyd. Well, Roger Waters.
Yeah.
But it's still the
Bowie,
same. It's
for
still
me,
Pink Floyd, but he did put on a good show.
And it was because it was abstract. It was just so intricate, and it was so everything he did was for a purpose. Like everything he wore, everything he put on his face, everything he did was it. Well, all of that was for a reason, and it created this experience. That when you got to see him, whether you liked his music or not,
that's the
when
thing.
you saw
I didn't like his
Bowie show, you were like,
big,
damn.
Yeah, I wasn't into his music though. That's how, Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson's music. I got Michael Jackson's music is something where I would more draw to than something like David Bowie.
You're thinking of like the boom, the power, the lights.
No, it doesn't need to be like that. But his music alone was something.
Well, yeah, I mean, it changed a lot. I mean,
it was pop music, but I
think they're on the same level.
But
I think so.
Yeah, but the way he did pop music was totally different than anybody was doing pop music at the time anyway.
But think about this. Michael Jackson, Michael Jackson had the technology behind him with the music videos that Bowie didn't in the 70s.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, I get that.
He changed the way we saw music videos. He created fucking movies.
Right.
And then was able to
Labyrinth.
recreate that on and then recreate that on stage. Now, I'm talking about Michael Jackson, not fucking Bowie.
All right, yeah.
Wait, that's one thing Bowie and Jackson have in common. They wanted to kidnap and touch babies.
That is weird.
Was he guilty of that too? Or
No, the Labyrinth, motherfucker.
Oh, the Labyrinth. Yeah. No, okay, now I get it. I'm connecting the dots.
We're trying to help you
I'm
here.
slow. Hold on.
So you still don't know, huh?
I don't. I know. I've been thinking about that for the last 10 minutes.
I was trying to help you stall.
Yeah, we were
I
giving you some hints.
I know, but I can't.
How about Elvis's hips?
No, yeah.
I
don't know who my favorite performer is on stage.
He learned it all from Forrest Gump.
Yeah,
by
that's kind of troubling.
Yeah.
That I can't name somebody. Yeah.
No. And it's funny too because like I also
Obviously guitar players for me.
Well,
Gary Holt. You know what I mean? So
yeah, but he wasn't even a lead though. He was just straight.
No. He's always
Carrie
been.
No, he was lead.
He's always been.
was
I thought Carrie was doing all the leads.
Who?
Carrie King.
No, they're both doing back and forth.
Yeah,
they all had 50%.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, but you got to remember because somebody played Hanneman.
Yeah,
and Carrie played King.
Played that.
Oh, okay, yeah, all right.
Yeah. Even though what kind of sucked about it is that usually when you're ever stepping into somebody else's shoes, you try to at least do the solo pretty much close to what it was on the album.
Yeah.
Gary Holt said, "Carrie, just let me just do what I wanted." Yeah. It's like I like that, but I don't.
Why?
Because we want to hear what Jeff played.
Right.
I do.
Yeah.
I want to I don't want to hear somebody butchering and putting their own shit into solo Angel of Death. And I'm going to listen to fucking Gary just go off doing some hammers and shit going here. Yeah, I think this goes here. No, I want to hear what fucking Jeff did.
That's interesting though. So if there's a tribute Slayer.
Yeah, I want to hear practically note for note.
Yeah.
Note for if I want to see Pantera, do you want Zach doing a couple of his own Black Label shit, or do you want him doing Dime to a fucking T?
Yeah.
I want to see Dime to a T.
I don't think he could do Dime to a T.
Well, he's gonna have to.
I think
don't get me wrong. Zach is fucking.
I think
top-notch.
Zach is the closest to being able to do what Dime did. I think he is the closest to be able to do it.
In order for that to sell and be authentic, he's going to have to do Dime to a T.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. If they come here, I'm watching it anyway. Yeah, that's what I missed out on. I didn't get to see Pantera.
Yeah.
Dude, I didn't get to see Pantera. I'm going to go see it.
I saw Pantera here.
Yeah.
They played,
the Spice House.
Oh, really? Okay.
way back.
I guess Tim was telling me about that one.
the Waldorf?
Stonies or something?
It was at the fucking
Pioneer Underground?
Yeah. Somewhere in there. It was
Okay.
It was Pioneer Center or something.
Oh, that had to have been Lawler then.
No, it wasn't. It was way smaller than that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Which is funny because even though Bowie is my answer, if you had asked me 10 years ago, that answer would have been probably either Axl Rose or what's his name?
Really? Axl fucking Rose?
Well, I grew up on MTV, man.
On a good ass show.
Bush, really?
Fucking Gavin Rossdale, that motherfucker will walk around and high five every motherfucker in the seats
I like that guy.
while he's playing.
I always
Singing,
liked Bush.
and he's
I think-
just
Yeah.
loving it, and he's fucking playing. You can hear the strings fucking.
Yeah,
going.
yeah.
It's like- and he's-
I watched some live videos of him. He's good. He's solid.
Yeah.
He comes to the arena all the time. Every time I go to
Yeah.
GSR to see a band, it's like, oh, Gavin's here. He's gonna play with us. Like, oh, fuck, all right, cool.
He has
Well, yeah,
to
because
live
Breaking
around here.
Benjamin did something with him when they were here.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember that.
yeah,
Because you guys were talking about it. I had to
Yeah.
look up the video.
yeah. They did that. What they did an Alice in Chains cover.
It was an Alice in Chains song,
How
yeah.
fucking abstract is that?
I think it was Wood.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was Wood.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fucking great, dude.
Yeah, it was good.
But
He
what's?
did it, too.
I'm drawing a blank. What's the lead singer of Poison? Hart.
Yeah, Brett.
Bret Hart.
Hart.
Bret Hart.
Yeah.
He would have been.
Sounds like a wrestler.
Yeah,
Brett Michaels.
or
Bret Hart
Brett
is a wrestler.
That's a wrestler.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
wrestler.
Medic one.
yeah. But no,
No relation.
yeah. But that, because I grew up as a kid, my mom had a VHS of Poison and all their music videos, and I loved that fucking
Okay.
VHS. And me and my sisters, we used to take turns being the members of the band, like, you
Okay.
know, kind of
Wow.
an even thing, and pretending while it was playing, we pretend to be one of them, right?
I'm so sorry.
And CC was a great fucking
CC
guitar
DeVille.
player, man.
Dude,
Yeah.
he was a good.
He was a great guitar player, you know.
Yeah, that guy was.
But you know, it's
He still
seeing
is.
that.
He still is. Yeah, he still
And
is.
seeing that on TV and the music videos back then, it was mostly music videos of them on stage.
Yeah, Talk Dirty
right?
to Me.
Yeah.
and all
Oh
that stuff.
God.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That
Or
fucking,
she's my cherry, but it's not the
that's
band.
Warrant, motherfucker.
Warrant, yeah.
I saw
That's a
Warrant
great
live.
video,
dude.
I just saw Warrant recently.
Yeah.
But not the same people, but
No, yeah. And Skid Row.
I want to see.
and Skid Row.
Yeah,
I was
okay,
at
yeah.
that show. That was
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, I
They
wanna-
were like, "We're all family here. You got security cool? All right, come on up here, guys, because we're at the GSR."
Yeah, yeah.
And they're like, "Come on up here." We're like, "We're going up." So
Right,
we went
yeah.
up right up to the stage.
Hey,
man.
all you 10 people, come
Yeah.
on up.
There was probably at least 100.
No, more than that.
Yeah.
There was at least
At GSR, the
I
theater.
said at least 100.
The
Well,
theater?
that holds 2,500 now.
The
so-
front was packed,
Yeah.
but the back. Yeah.
Really?
Dude, I was there for.
nobody's
I
up
was
here.
just there for the Used and Rise Against.
What was that?
It was a fucking great show, dude. They fucking killed it.
I've seen the used like 3 times.
Dude, they're
I
good.
wasn't really interested in going to see him again.
I've never seen them. I've never seen Rise Against.
I've
either.
seen Rise Against at Stoney's.
Yeah. Oh,
Well, you know, the funny thing that you mentioned Poison, though, I would say they're the most valid on that stadium tour right now. Because of the fact that Motley Crue sucks and Def Leppard sucks.
Fuck, dude.
I don't know.
And those
I
used to
don't
be
know.
2 of my favorites from
Dude,
1980.
Def Leppard
No,
just
but I-
released a new
80
single. Have you heard it?
No.
The new single?
Is it good?
Fire It Up.
Oh, no, I don't. I don't
it
want
just
any of
sounds
that.
bad.
It just-
Don't do that
it's
anymore.
not.
That's
It's-
already been played out. First of all,
And it's funny because like Megan loves Def Leppard. She loves that band
really,
to death.
I'm so sorry.
And the hard part is like I was like, "Oh, look. They have a new single out." And she's like, "What? Play it." And she's like, she appreciates that era. That's her favorite metal era.
I think that's all of
And
us. Though.
and I love that era too.
Yeah.
But I like that Def Leppard.
because you're old as shit. Mike.
This one sucks. That I didn't like that
Def Leppard
song.
songs sound the same.
No, I agree with you. There.
Pyromania was the only good album.
So it goes like this:
Pyromania was
AC/DC,
good.
Def Leppard.
You lost an arm, motherfucker. You
I don't care.
insensitive dick.
You know, the,
I don't have a problem with
all the
AC/DC
stuff that we
either.
get attached to your arm nowadays, you're just trying to get a sympathy out of me, and I'm not going to get it because you could have a robotic arm right now and
Yeah,
fucking
but no,
killing it.
Poison could fucking kill it still to this day because
And they're all in shape,
they're
pretty
all
much.
still in great shape.
And that's what I like about it, where you look at the other guys. Def Leppard's still in shape. Obviously, Motley Crue's
Yeah.
a little bit out there and stuff.
I
but,
just saw
you know,
some
but-
recent videos though
yeah.
of Vince, and he sounded a lot better than.
Well, he probably got
fucking-
auto-tuned. Man.
yeah, there you go. Dude, he lost a lot of
Can't
weight.
start my heart.
Dude, he lost a. Dude, I Dude, every fucking time.
Oh,
It
yeah.
kills me, dude.
What is he saying?
Well, no, that's when you said that's when the subtitles are.
Yeah, dude, the subtitles killed
fucking
me
the
on that,
best.
dude.
It's like, oh my god, that's what he said. Something like 25 cents for a Big Mac, blah blah blah.
No, yeah.
It's like,
and then every time they went, they would put up a picture of Bruce Lee kicking. I was like dying every fucking time, dude.
But
recently, no, like
it's hard
the
to
latest
watch.
ones, he sounds a lot better. He lost a lot of weight, and
Wow,
it looks like he's getting back into shape, and his voice sounds. It's not, when he was younger, and he's not gonna fucking get there. But it's
nobody's
still,
expecting.
ladies and gentlemen, the cheeseburger is ruined. Kickstart my heart. Irony.
What's on the rider for Motley Crue Stadium Tour? Holy shit!
You got Tommy Lee breaking ribs and shit. Like, dude. Mick Mars is about to fucking fall over.
Yeah,
I see that guy, dude. I'm like, dude,
That's more fuck.
how are you standing up right now, dude? Are you? He looked like he just walked out of the coffin and was like, all right, give me the guitar.
Yeah, but they're selling a lot of tickets,
No, and they're like
and
number
it's the
one on
name.
the poll.
and we know who they're selling them to. Older people.
There's a lot then.
That's the Reno crowd.
Yeah, I was going to say there's a lot.
Yeah.
Arena crowd.
Yeah.
No, stadium crowd.
Yeah.
They went straight from the rodeo to Motley Crue.
Yeah.
So I got to give them to that.
Yeah.
You know what I
Gotta
mean?
break out my Aquanet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, there isn't any more left. Kind of like.
Yeah, I know.
I know. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Ryan's like, fuck.
I know.
Mine's fake. Yeah. Yeah.
what?
Mine is too.
I was gonna say, you motherfucker. You make it look
I
good.
got most of mine. I'm good.
Oh, fuck, man. Well, Chuck, thank you so much for being
Yes,
on
thanks,
here, man.
Chuck, for coming
fun.
on here.
This is fucking awesome. And, we want to all the greatest fucking respect to you for all that you've done.
Yes, and
everything.
thank you for everything you've
Yes,
done.
absolutely, man. Because
Appreciate that.
all the hard work you've put into promoting your own band and all at the same time promoting these other bands and bringing this community together and
Yeah, just
creating
getting everything together.
memorable shows for a lot of people. And that's something that, not a lot of people could ever say that they've ever done, let alone repay you for.
All right, well, I appreciate that.
Thank you so much for everything you've done, man. And
Metal
it's been an
as
honor.
fuck.
Yeah,
So,
fuck yeah, metal's fuck.
Fucking A. Thanks for being here, man. And we appreciate you. And we're no strangers to having repeats of people on here.
Hey.
So
Yeah.
maybe that comes around.
Well,
For
you
the
never know
next
what happens in the future.
devastation. Huh?
You never know what happens in the future.
He's going to have a nice little tan on him.
Yeah.
Or dirt tan.
Yeah, right.
That's right.
Yeah, no.
Dirt tans are great.
Dude, seriously, when I got home, I was like, dude, I got a nice tan going. And then I took a shower, and I was like, oh.
We did like 2.5 hours up in the mountains.
It was
Up
badass,
in the
though.
hills up there
the
behind
quads,
Collin
yeah.
Ranch.
Yeah, we were
Yeah.
going up there.
And I did 2.5 hours earlier with another buddy of mine.
Yeah.
He's like, holy
Going
fuck,
through
man.
creeks and
Yeah,
shit.
it's just, yeah.
Breaking onto people's
good shit.
property, chasing cows around.
All in a day's work. you know?
Yeah.
Fucking A. Right on.
You got snowboarding next.
That's right. Coming up. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We are done here with the episode for number 26. Soon to come, we'll have more for you. Thanks for watching.
Oh,
we'll see you next
You know
time.
what we didn't talk about is how much fun we did on 25th episode.
I think that goes without saying.
I think you all seen it.
I think if you haven't seen it, you need to go watch
need to go
episode
watch
25, our pool party. Unfortunately, you'll never be able to unsee
Thanks,
it for
Steve-O.
sure. Appreciate it, Steve.
We spent a lot of money on that sensor.
Thanks for ruining my cooler.
It's still over there, by the way.
Still over there.
Yeah.
But thank you guys for tuning in. And if you haven't, go check out the channel. Like, subscribe, follow, hit that notification bell as usual. Thank you guys so much. Thanks, Chuck. We'll
Right
see
on,
you
man.
next time.
Yep.